Hello.
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 Yeah.
What happened?
I see what happened.
Black.
I see.
Oh.
I didn't do
see.
shit, Eric.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
I forgot I did that.
Okay.
Come in here saying what? What did you do? I didn't do shit.
Listen. Can you blame me?
Oh my goodness.
This reminds me of that one fucking video where it's like hard. It's all I see now. All I see is him saying "Pard."
Look at that little man's. Oh, there he is.
There we
Okay, he's back. All right. The lesser form is here now. I'm playing.
The lesser,
The non-April Fool's Day art is here.
Yeah. I'll use that if we ever have a game on my birthday.
That's
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
honestly.
That was his recap.
I don't think
as
you'd ever let
performance
us.
Art.
Didn't we? Wasn't it this year that there was a Monday game
Ray's perspective
that
on
was on
last
April?
session.
Or was that
Yeah,
Tuesday?
no, it was Tuesday. It was
So
Tuesday.
it might be next year. We never know. Who knows?
No, it's Wednesday next year.
Fuck.
Oh well. It'll probably be many, many years until it's my birthday.
No. Either way. Hello, everybody. We're here playing some Fate Days Lost. I didn't say that when we came in for reasons. Hope everybody is having a good time. Everybody here seems to have a good thing set ahead for them. Let's just go ahead and jump in because I don't think anything I can say is going to be better than what just happened. Why? The room is here.
Not nonsense. The night is young.
That's true. Very true, Nikolai. Speaking of Nikolai, I did finally go and change Nikolai's sheet. Now they no longer look as blurry as they were on the other thing. Very nice, very good. They just now have the regular tabletop blurry instead of the very blurry that I made them.
Mazel
Oh, thanks for
tov.
volunteering to do the recap, Nightshade.
Oh yeah,
I
Nightshade.
didn't have time for reasons.
Hey,
You want to tell us what
I
happened last
did
time,
not-
Nightshade? I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
I would if I could remember. My memory is shit. I was pretty. I remember from last time. I can tell you what I remember from last time. What I remember is my taint.
That is true. That is
That's what I
true.
re-
You did have
That's
you did
what
have
I remember from last time.
you did have some taint issues last time. That is very true. You probably
Yes.
still have some taint issues. Let's be honest.
I do.
Who
Yeah.
wants to tell us what happened last time?
So last time on heckin' Fate Days Lost, bit by bit, everybody made their way to the church. We met freaking I can never say her name right. Scheherazade?
Scheherazade. Yep.
Oh, Scheherazade. We met her. Miru and Ami were first, and we were like, hey, we were told by Coco to come here, and she's like, I didn't send for you. And it was like, huh, well, if we're over here and Coco said go to the church, was it supposed to be the other one on the other side of town?
Nami.
Yeah, Bulma and Ami.
Yeah, the Bulma right now, right?
Yeah, Bulma and Ami. And heckin' right after that came in Michael and Nikolai, and Scheherazade was like, I was waiting for those two. Those two were supposed to be here. That I don't know about you guys, but you know, beggars can't be choosers right now. So hello, I am
You're right,
Scheherazade.
Second Shadow.
This is Stray. He is a servant. I summoned him. I am also a servant. There's a grill war happening here in Tosaka that's very fucky wucky, and we're trying to unfuck it. But see, there's not enough people around in the city to unfuck it. Which is why you are all going to now help me.
Well, I know about one of you girls, and didn't elaborate further.
Yeah. Heckin'. Scheherazade gave us the rundown that the city's Grail War has been fucky-wuckied. We are here to unfucky it. We all, there's only one servant to go around, and it is Stray. She kind of counts too, but not really. The Stray is the obligatorily mandated servant for us.
You can
we all
technically
have to
use
share
your
him,
stuff. You can technically use your stuff on her. She is technically your servant.
What
Asterisk.
stuff? The heckin' command seals, because she is right now. I think right now she's ruler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right
That's
now
what they
she's
call
ruler.
themselves.
Yeah, she's calling herself ruler. She's got some command spells. She was like, I can give you guys one of each. You can use it on me and Stray. I advise you don't. You guys need to freaking, if you guys are Dat and Stray, I've got a couple little trials here. So that Stray can test his, can show his prowess. I know he looks like a baby, but trust me, he is just as old as you, if not older. Much older. Very old. He's old. Heckin', freaking Stray, go off and show them what you can do. Go shoot some little targets and show them that you're forced to be reckoned with. And be good. Be a good boy. And he did do that. In the meantime, we also, not in the meantime, on the way, we also dealt with what seemed like a little Dionysus cult, partying it up and having a Dionysus time. And at first we ignored them, because we needed to get that last target. And Stray did. Stray got that last target. And on the way back, because it was all mission clear, time to go home, freaking Mr. head of the party looking guy over here was like, will anyone please drink this wine? Please, someone. I'm offering it. No one's drinking it. Can please somebody drink this wine? And Michael was like, I like me some wine. This is the blood of Christ after all, and I am not the man of holiness. I used to be, but I can still claim to be one if it means free wine, right?
Technically haven't been
Gulp,
fired
gulp,
yet.
gulp. Gulp, gulp, gulp.
And by fired, I mean with fire.
Probably. Yeah. Only 2 weeks is somewhere.
4 gulps and 4 reality rewrites later, given by the chat, and Michael was just fine. Everything was hunky dory. Stray felt himself get a little bit stronger. He's a little bit uneasy about it because it's through Dionysus wine, and he seemed to be the only one who knew what that fucking meant. Yep. Honestly, it's actually not that surprising that the very Christian man doesn't want to give and consider a thought for other religious pantheons. You know, how very Christian of you. That being said, with all that being done, it was like, well, it's time.
Hey man, what's your deal? And this guy was like, I like Dionysus, and Stray immediately went, okay, cool, I no longer care about anything you're doing.
I'm leaving now. With all that done, Scheherazade was like, congratulations, you did my little cute arrow puzzle. Now it's time for you to go home because right now this area is dangerous. So if you guys know a good... So now if you've got a cute little safe place to hide away from all the bullshit going on, because I'm sure somebody is probably taking notice, because I think we're in Berserker's territory, and I wasn't expecting that to happen. I kind of was, but not really, and we need to leave now. And it was like, okay, well, we have 2 ways. We have the city and we have the forest. And while the city was the safest, actually, no, I think the city was the safest, but the forest was the quickest. But everybody was like, safety schmafety. We've got an archer here. It'll be fine. Don't worry. It's okay.
It was actually the opposite. You guys are really neat. The faster way was the city because there wasn't anything in the way. Yeah. But
okay.
You guys thought that the forest would be faster anyway because you have a little hunter guy here. He's ready, ready to do a little hunter goes.
We're ready to make our way. We're ready to make our way to heckin' Miru's house. Miru was like, you guys can all come chill with me for a bit. I've got a pretty big house. I've got a pool, I've got a hot tub. Don't worry, Stray. It'll be fine.
I was gonna give
No one has to know. No one has to know. No one has to know, Stray. Don't you worry. What are you talking about? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just know that I see. Just know that I see.
You did.
And know that I know.
great.
See everything.
I didn't mean to see everything. I'm really sorry that I caught you with your proverbial pants down. I didn't mean to. I think I know how you feel now. Don't worry. I got you.
Miru,
Don't worry.
Thank you
Get me a
very much.
get me a bunny and we're solid.
Thank you very much
And
for
he did.
your recap. Last time I gave you inspirations. This time I'm gonna give you a plus minus dice.
Oh yay!
You're gonna have an extra plus minus dice, 1, 2, and why not?
Oh,
I'll give you a go coin.
Oh yay!
There you go.
So I can't see these go coins.
Okay.
They're kind of hidden. They look like little dots, but I can't see anything. But I know there's something there.
So I'm glad that we now know. Here, have these.
So what happened?
I don't know. Some people can see them, some people can't. So
Okay, well, thank you.
You need 4 more. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. I made these ones so that Eric can see them earlier. And now you can also see them now.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Wonderful, wonderful. That being said, you guys, yes, had decided to make your way into the forest. You guys are going to be making your way through, going to Bulma's house, hoping to find a new place to set up some kind of shop, because you're pretty sure that your little spectacle there in removing/moving the grail that Ruler might have triggered something, or at least shown somebody something. They seem to don't think that at the very least Berserker is going to be a problem going after you guys, but that doesn't mean that other servants or other people aren't going to be making their way there. So lucky, good for you. You guys start making your way into the forest. I would like to know, as we are now moving into the forest, if you guys would please arrange yourselves on this hex area here. I would like for you guys to arrange yourselves going from back to front in whatever positions you guys are going to be in. That way I can know who to ask for certain checks and things.
Oh, here we are. Decisions.
Put yourselves
Probably-
inside of one of the hexes. That way I know who is in front and by how much.
I know I remember she was gonna be right behind Stray because
You do
she's
need to
kind
tell
of
them.
leading.
You do need to tell them where you live. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Did we not already go to your house?
Not yet.
No.
We were
Well,
doing
we have to go there.
We're about to head there.
right. Yeah. But we did the labor.
So
Are
where
we
do you
going
wanna
to
be?
assume
Going
then?
about
Are we going to assume then that Nikolai is hanging in the back with Ruler?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, so do you do exhibitionist often?
No, not very often.
I guess. There we go.
Okay. I will assume then, I'm just going to have everybody in the sort of line here. I will
Girl, do
assume that
you want
you guys,
my coat?
you
I
guys
can
are
lend you
about
my coat.
10 feet ahead of where Nikolai and Ruler are. That means if anything happens ahead of you guys, I will give them most likely a bonus to things. If anything comes from behind, Nikolai will be the sole person to have to roll for things. I'm sure that will be perfectly fine. And we are going to...
Of course, it'll be fine. I am a giant. I am a giant among men.
We
it's
just
not
got
true.
a
I
fleeting
am
to
not- I'm
Bulma,
not the
so that's
tallest.
fine. Bulma has a fleeting now, so it's perfect.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, Bard, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. That being said, everyone, you guys begin to make your way into the woods. I would like to know the final thing before you guys step in. Is there anything you would like to do in preparation for stepping into the woods and going through toward the other side to hopefully Mira's place / Bulma's place, because all of you think their name is Bulma. Don't know how it's taken me so long, but hello. I know, right? I mean, welcome.
Honestly, Bard is in the process of writing his own like tabletop tabletop thing. So maybe
Oh, well, look at
maybe sticking
you.
around and looking at another homebrew might give you some ideas, bud.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
Shush.
This is a secret.
That being said, Anybody
I can't
have
think of
anything they'd like to do
specific
before going in?
If I have any of my things, I'd be shifting one of my tools to shovel mode.
Okay, we will assume that you have a shovel on you if it is needed. The rest of you
keeping a
are
lookout
going
for-
forward, keeping a lookout. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Everyone, you are going to start. I'll get you guys a new one. That way you guys don't have to be around the party guys over here. Because currently we don't need much of a map unless something happens in here, and nothing will definitely ever happen. You guys begin to make your way in.
I'm also going to be looking for something, which I will tell you in messages.
Go ahead.
Let me know.
Go ahead. You guys step your way forward. Upon going through, you know that apparently you are close to some kind of servant. Some of you gets what that means. Some of you barely gets what that means. When it comes to a servant, obviously those of you who have knowledge of it, a servant is a high-level familiar, the highest tier of familiar that there is, a heroic spirit. When it comes to these things, they are usually very easily able to outclass most mages and a lot of different magics. They have different abilities to stop magics. They have different abilities to avoid them. They have different abilities to fight against them. Mages usually are not able to handle heroic spirits being around for very long, but here in the Grail War, there are now apparently very much plenty of them. At least from what you know, there are maybe 6 you guys are going to be potentially going up against. One of them kind of maybe got destroyed because of what happened with Bulma and Ami, but who knows? But yes. Oh, you're looking. Okay, yeah. I was stalling. That should be easy enough. We'll see. As you guys go to step forward, going into the dark wood in front of you, it is nighttime. But like I mentioned during the backstory for Miru and Ami, there is a strange haze over the city and the surrounding area. As you guys start stepping into the woods, getting closer to the city, both Nikolai and Michael, you guys had seen this on your way here as well. Just on the edge of your vision, there's almost always a constant fog, a reddish pinkish fog that seems to be wisping in and out of everything. Not obscuring, but definitely seeming to always just be at the edge of your vision. Luckily, because of that, you are getting a bit of light in here. Not a ton, but a bit. So you are able to see basically where you're going and have a good sense of where your feet are falling. Stray, you've traversed forests once or twice.
Yeah.
A
couple times.
You are someone who was tasked with maintaining forests with your master and the rest of the hunters that were there. As things are considered, the one thing you will notice upon stepping into and going forward through these woods is that it is very dense with prana. It is very dense with a magical feeling that is going everywhere. You're not sure if it's coming from the forest itself or the fog, but it is relatively easy to maneuver through for you. But a normal person walking into here, you feel like would be potentially lost, even upon just stepping in here for a small amount of time. Luckily, the people who are with you are all mages. They are somewhat usually able to resist things like that. You say as you look back and you see Miru / Bulma beginning to wander off in one direction. I'm playing. Luckily, everybody with you is a mage. Usually these kind of things don't really affect them that much. Even in your world, you knew of mages and you knew of wizards and things of that nature. They have natural defenses to things like this. That being said, After about 5 or so minutes of traversal, you guys stepping into the woods and making your way through, you guys do find that the woods itself begin to get more dense. Fallen trees and what appear to be somewhat dead foliage in front of you, as if perhaps this woods have seen several battles in recent years. As you step through and begin to make your way, is there anything any of you want to bring up with each other? Anything any of you would like to say upon seeing this forest that is usually just sort of a small amount of wilderness outside the city that is now seemingly been host to, from what you can tell, maybe dozens of battles?
Oh, so there's like many battles that have taken place here.
You can tell just from looking around the trees and looking around at the fallen trunks and things like that around, all of the different limbs of the trees and branches discarded around, that there have been probably quite a few combats that have taken place in here. That's something you can easily pick up after having been through the woods like you have for a long time. These aren't the things that wild animals usually can do. Well, you know, one boar that might have been able to do it, but...
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I suppose some of the servants enjoy long walks in the woods? Says Ami.
It appears so. It appears they like to be very active in woods as well.
Do the servants
Great
come here to
exercise.
fight a lot? Looks over to Ruler.
Not just
It's
the
great
servants.
exercise.
Do other people too?
I'm not sure exactly how to say it. I don't know much of it. But ever since leaving the war itself over in that side, I have seen individuals that have made their way through these places that are stronger than the average. Some of them feel closer to man, like all of you, or mage. Others somewhat feel closer to Actaeon. And I did not say Actaeon. Some of them feel closer to Stray. Spirits. I'm not sure what to really talk about or call them, but all of them are beyond a normal man.
So
partygoers that we met a little bit ago.
That's one reason why I sent you down there, so that you could see them.
Do you know what their whole deal is, by the way? Because it doesn't seem good.
Those
You know,
in particular, no. I don't have much information on anyone in particular. But
I mean, they were just partying from what I could see. I don't see anything wrong with that.
They were servant-like people that had magic Dionysus wine. That's not just a normal party.
You are potentially very fortunate.
Yeah, probably. But, So the whole city's crawling with,
Ami, roll me a
not
d4 real
servant-
quick.
not servants, but pseudo-servants?
They are similar, yes. Similar to servants, similar to spirits, to familiars, but somewhat more in some cases. Unfortunately, the D4 can't really go into the dice tower. It doesn't really work. Right-click it and go and roll it would be probably best. Oh my god! You find several of what you're looking for, Ami. Don't worry about it. Anyway, well, I'll have you roll again in a bit.
Great.
I'm taken to calling them shades personally. Not really here, not really not.
Shades, huh?
Some of them are more corporeal than others. I think that, and I'm just throwing a suggestion, but I think it might be whom they have contract with that changes what they look like or what they are or how they feel. I think that they are all different, and I think that they may all have been brought here or created in different ways. Some of them are spirits through and through. Others seem to have far more physicality to them.
So someone summoned all those people then.
I believe so. For what reason, I can only assume more fighting, though summoning this many spirits or creating this many powerful spirits surely had used up quite a lot of magic, but nothing that I had seen or felt. Yeah, still not sure where they're coming from. Got some theories, but if you don't know, well, shrugs. I have theories of my own as well, but nothing concrete.
Servants are linked to their masters, correct?
Yes.
Then, can one assume that the more powerful the mage, the more powerful the servant, the deeper pool of prana that they have access to, allowing them to be more reckless with their magics?
In most cases, yes. But
Yes.
it's not always the case. The individual servant also takes priority as far as power as well. If you summon a powerful servant, sometimes it can make up for a lack of a great master. That being said, all of these people feel like spirits, like heroic spirits, like familiars in some way, very similar to a servant. But I haven't been able to collect much more information on them. I haven't wanted to get too close to them for
So
fear
worst
of
case
them being
scenario,
able
it
to
is-
communicate between themselves. Go ahead, Nikolai.
So worst case scenario, big prana man is given to Caster, and he can summon as many shits as he wants. Yes.
Luckily for us, I was actually caster there. I have not told you all this, as I have told Stray recently, but I used to be a servant in that war.
Oh, so you were afraid I would hit you with hammer? No, I will not hit you with hammer. No. You are not. I assume you are no longer in war, so it is going to be fine.
I was able to essentially cast off that war and join in through my master's secondary grail that I have here.
You make funny gay stuff.
I was unintentional, but yes, humorous.
It might be asking for a lot, but do you know where you've obtained this lesser grail of yours?
I
Something
can't
like
divulge.
this?
I can't divulge much about it. For the problem that I was about to say, the worst case scenario is not given these people to caster and have them summon forever because I was caster. The worst case scenario is that all of these people can talk back between themselves. I do not know quite yet if they share a mind. If they do, then even any of them seeing me is a problem. Because it will go back to their master, and they will know that I still live. Currently, I can't say much of anything about the war or about my grail or about anything in front of anyone. I need to stay out of sight as best I can until we learn more information. Sorry.
That's fine. I already have some threads.
Ami twirls around. Oh? Never heard of a class change before. That's very interesting. It's less of a change and more an abandonment. I forged a contract, or I guess a pact, with this new vessel, this new grail, upon casting away my previous vessel.
And what of your master? You had to have had one at some point.
They are no longer here.
Sorry for
Unfortunately,
your
it is-
loss.
Unfortunately for my master, they did not wish to play the same game as the others. And because all the others were willing, we became the first targets of them all. We are not the only victims. Some of the other servants didn't wish to play ball either. I remember at least one servant dying before my master. But from what I've seen, with all these other creatures and servants and somewhat servants around, most likely they were rapidly replaced.
Well, this is unprecedented. I don't recall hearing about any wars that have gone this off the rails before.
It is known, at least the Grail and my master had let me know, that the wars in this city are very unique. But no, nothing like this. Nothing like a war that has lasted 4 years. First link to break them. First link to break them? Yeah. Shame
Break
for
them.
both of you, but there's potential there.
The extraordinary. That's what they meant.
Yeah. Look, you don't have any idea what the fuck's going on here, really? Like, not even a hint?
I do.
You said...
As I mentioned
Alright, so what-
before, I have information. But the information that I give you has to be thought about. Has to be staggered. If I don't, we risk our entire plan being sent off to the others.
All in due time, priest.
I don't know, it's been 4 years of this chaos, and clearly the city's gone to shit. Just figured what exactly their plan is.
It's bigger,
So it hasn't
been
unfortunately,
that
than even the
bad.
city. As both you and Nikolai know, they look over toward Ami, Bulma, and Stray. As both Nikolai and Michael have found out, people have been helping me. There have been others that have been helping me with my cause, but the last of those outside of the city, they found, deep inside of the churches, underground. Sure
Backstabbed,
is.
murdered. Terrible way to go, I guess.
It is unfortunate.
It is
But
further
we'll
beyond than
later.
it is further beyond than just this city. And unfortunately, because of that, I don't know what all I can say and what all I can't. I hope you can trust that I'm not trying to hold anything back for any malicious reasons.
You saved me and Nikolai, so give you the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe
Yeah, I
we
trust
should save the burden of any additional questions once we're not in a forest full of eyes and ears.
Yeah, I was gonna-
We're going to a nice warm house.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying, Stray?
Oh, Ami just said a thing.
So for a bit of a lowdown, that's a lot to know, but knowing is both dangerous and in some ways unhelpful. Perspective is valuable, but and privacy is survival.
We'll
These are
learn with
food.
time.
I like this one.
We found ourselves some interesting companions.
I will go over
Nice.
what I know once we're safe. And once I know that everything is settled like what happened at the church, I can determine what else I can tell you and what other targets we can go to. Until then, those with command seals, keep your eyes peeled. You now have abilities to see what others cannot. If you do find even the hint of something similar to a feeling of Stray, let us know. And Stray,
Really?
keep an eye out for anything left behind in these encounters. Thanks to my magics, their phantasms may still rest in these places. And any phantasms we can find will be a worthy addition to our arsenal.
All right, will do.
Yeah.
Which
Full
is a
speed
perfect segue into what I was going to ask. he was gonna like be looking around to know if there's any like eyes on them right now, but also if there's anything lying about that was maybe left from one of these many battles that have happened here.
Would you like to give me, since it is a wonderful segue from what we just said, would you like to give me we'll say a luck roll for now?
Fuck you.
You have a point there now.
How dare you? I'll kill you.
I think you just me.
3, right? 3.
You can have up to 3 of any dice.
Okay, and these ones...
The blue ones add on to rolls. The red ones take away from rolls. And these ones can add on to rolls, or they can not.
Okay. Well, these ones are guaranteed to add on to rolls.
Yes.
In some way.
Those are a lot more precious. You don't get these as often. However, you can buy those with your Go coins later. So.
Okay.
I love capitalism.
Well, I'll put. You know what? I'll put 2 of these.
Okay.
And 1 of these.
Sounds good.
Right.
Oh, also, before you roll, you were also given another kind of dice. I don't think any of you have currently. But this is one that you guys are very familiar with, so it is not hopefully going to be too much. I will explain things to Nightshade as soon as I find the fucking dice. Where is my little green guy? My little guy green. There it is. You were also given from the chat. Thank you very much, chat. You were given a hero dice. Boop. What a hero dice does is obviously you roll this. Unlike an inspiration, if you roll an inspiration and you get a 0, you keep the inspiration. If you roll a hero dice and you get a 0, the hero dice is spent. However, if you roll an H on a hero dice, you double your stat for the roll.
Okay.
And if you don't have a stat for the roll, like your phantasm or your strength, you get a +2.
Okay, cool.
So
I think I'll save that for now.
Yep.
Because the best result from that one is worse than the best result for this one.
True.
Alrighty. Let's see.
But we need the Go coins for the Yamato. You're right.
I guess so. I'll keep that one, I guess.
+5.
+5.
That's the best roll you could have done on the addition dice.
Yeah, so +6 total.
Go ahead and roll me the dice there. Into the thing that Nightshade can't see.
Correct.
Roll me one more time because you have a fleeting inspiration from Han.
Thank you. I did not like that number.
7 was pretty okay. It's better than a 1.
That's worse.
Number even less.
Are you sure? It kind of looks like a 7.
I'll take the 7.
But it reads as a 1.
So 7 + 6, that'll be a 13. You begin looking around. As you are looking around, you do find that there are signs of more than battle around you. Whenever you look around at the trees and some of the fallen logs and some of the fallen things about, you do find that there are maybe signs of whittling and signs of almost shaping. You find shavings of wood all over the ground. You find what appear to be some kind of craft work happening around you. You would know as a handicrafty little guy. Somebody was making something around here. That being said, as you're looking around for whatever was being made or any kind of sign of it, you don't really get that, but you do find what appears to be a spear. You make your way over toward one of the areas where this battle seemed to have taken place. You look up into one of the trees and you see what appears to be a broken spear sticking out from the tree in front of you. Whenever you look to it, at first you're thinking, oh, it's just a regular spear, but you feel that this definitely has some kind of energy onto it. It definitely feels similar to the items that you currently have on you and some of the items that your allies have on them. As you look to it, it is broken, but not without any sort of use. You find a broken spear sticking out from a tree. If you'd like to retrieve it, you can. You do find that there is some magic about this, however. Do whatever you wish.
Does this spear, because I remember last session when we were watching the Dionysus guys, you said some of them had spears.
This does not look like a spear that you had seen from your time. This appears to
Okay.
be, without a better word for it, more modern. That being said, it is not apparently made of bronze or anything of the sort. It seems to be made of wood. It seems to be made of wood and in this case, would appear to be shrapnel, so from some kind of a metal object. If you pointed out to any of your modern allies here who don't need the Grail to give them information, they would see that this is seemingly a piece of metal from some kind of either a pipe or some kind of a sheet of metal from something else. Someone had apparently sharpened this metal, polished this metal, wrapped it onto a tree branch of some kind that they had shaped, and then chucked it into a tree at some point, and some of it broke.
Huh. Well, he definitely would point it out to his heckin' companions.
And again, they would easily be able to tell. Ami, Miru, and Michael, Nikolai, you are watching from behind. You guys see that whatever this spear is, the metal tip of it seems to have been made from some kind of a broken off piece of maybe a car. Somebody seemed to have just taken
off and
somebody seemed to have just taken like a piece of a chassis of a vehicle or something and shaped and sharpened it to a spearhead. But yeah, like I said, there is a magic about it, as it is sticking out from the tree. You don't know exactly what that magic is about it, but it definitely feels like it's a phantasm. So it definitely is something connected to potentially a heroic spirit of some kind. Ami walks over to it. Oh wow, old school prison spear. Gonna try to yoink it? Ami, as you make your way to yoink it, as you're yoinking it, go ahead and give me a, we're gonna say for you, power, unfortunately, but hey, you never know. You find as you go to grab it, it will allow you to do so. There is a small bit of magic that seems to come off from it. That is an 11. Unfortunately, you're not able to pull it out from the tree. But Stray, you would take notice that if Ami hadn't have grabbed it, it seemed to have potentially resisted something else. You feel like if you try to grab it, Stray, it's not going to work.
Oh.
It seems to be somewhat repelling you for a moment. Ami has tried.
He probably tries that, and it doesn't work, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Do you need me to try?
Ami has tried. It does not seem to budge. Stray cannot try. If you would like to, Nikolai, do you want to move up?
Yes, I will try.
Okay. You move up toward the tree over where Ami is. Go ahead and roll me for your power as well.
God damn, hang on. I've lost equilibrium as to where I'm at. Oh, they're all over there. Okay. All right, hang on. Let me get back over here.
Also, let me give people some more heroisms, because people are getting heroisms left and right.
All right, cool, Yo-Yo. So what do I? All right, so
you just need to roll your power. So currently a +4 for you. If you want to add stuff to it, you can.
Yeah, I'll add 3.
Okay. Go ahead and just go ahead and you can right click these after you like drag your mouse over them, like with a left click. Then right click and go to roll like that if you want.
Oh, it's R. Okay.
You could do R if you'd like, yeah. That is a +3. You will keep this one, so that one goes back over there, and these will be spent. So you're going to roll a +7 currently. Go ahead.
Eat a burrito.
Put it in the invisible box for you.
Oh, you got
it. Invisible. 18.
Okay. With a 25. Just so you know, because I feel like this is something that needs to be known. The DC for this was 19. As you go over to it, you sort of put your hand on it slightly and you pull a little bit and you're like, oh, it's really in there. At which point you grip it, and for a second, Stray, looking over at Nikolai, you almost feel like if he would grip it any harder, he might break this phantasm. There's almost a splintering that happens.
I really feel like this servant trick has some merit to it.
As he just, and it just comes free. You hear more of a strain from the tree than from Nikolai.
There we go. I pull that out. It's not so heavy.
Nikolai,
nothing on Sosha. Yes.
Currently, this thing is not complete. This thing is currently not very good, not a good one. But you do currently have a broken spear. Let me give you a thing for that.
The Lance of Longinus. Aw, yeah, baby.
Yup.
You joke, but let's not talk about that right now.
Don't tell me I'm
It's
right.
not the Lance of Longinus, but it's funny you bring that up in this town.
Oh, fuck.
Let's go with we'll go with like this kind of a color. I'm gonna put question marks on it because you don't really know anything about it at the moment. All you guys know is that this is considered a phantasm. Currently, Nikolai, you technically don't have room for this. Would you like to hand this over to anyone?
Yeah. Who has room?
Everybody else.
Everybody, okay.
Pick one.
You are the
Cool.
only person that doesn't have room for this.
Cool. Hang on a second. Where is it? Where's it?
You go.
Oh, here it is.
Where's
We're deciding with luck.
Roll. It was a 4. So I gave it to Bulma.
Here you go, Bulma.
Huh?
Here's a broken spear. You can hold on to that.
It is it is stick. I give you stick. It looks important.
It's actually very funny that Miru is the one to get this, actually. Miru, I would like you, as you grab onto this spear, please give me an experience check, please.
Oh yay! And I also have a fleeting.
You have a inspiration. I believe you also, let me look really quick. You also have a heroism I didn't give you, so let me give you one of those as well.
All right. How do you use the heroisms again?
They are just one of the 3 dice you can add on to anything. If you'd like to roll it, you can either get a +1, a nothing, or a double onto your roll. So in this case, it would be a +4 instead of a +2.
I'll add one. I'll
Okay.
add one.
We'll have you roll it after you roll this.
All right. All right. It's a
It's
good
a
thing.
natural
it's a
one.
good
Luckily,
thing
you have 2 fleetings, but let's roll this first. And if you want to put any more dice into it, you can put up to 2 other dice into it.
Is this the?
No, it's right here.
Oh,
Right.
wait. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. This one, I'll just.
Do you want to
Actually,
add
I'll
any
just
other dice to it?
I'll drop in Unity. Sure, why not?
I don't know if they're going to work in there, but try it. Sometimes the D6s don't work too well when they're. Yeah,
Well,
see,
that's
they
that.
get stuck right there.
Okay, how about this? I'll just one at a time.
+1.
+1.
So that'll go to a +3 altogether so far. And that one got stuck. Like I said, it is finicky inside there. The D6 and the D4 do not like the dice tower.
Shit.
It is a tricky
not all.
mistress.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'll just roll it here then.
+2.
Two.
Okay, so that's gonna be altogether a +5. Roll me 2 more times on your D20. Let's see if you can beat your nat 1.
Hmm.
That's a 14.
that's 14.
Yeah.
And last roll.
Staffa.
Do you want to put it in the dice tower?
Yeah, I want to put it in
Go
my
ahead.
tower.
Go ahead.
I put a tower. Like a tower.
That's a 12.
12.
So 14 plus 5, that is a 19. You
Yeah.
feel whenever you hold on to this thing, you feel a sense of anger coming from it. You sense a feeling of betrayal coming from it, as if the person who made this was angrier than you've ever felt a person be angry before. Whoever made this was an extremely frustrated and extremely powerful individual. You almost hear screaming, as if this person literally had whittled this and forged it while screaming off the top of their lungs.
You're sure
It's
this
just like-
is
Oddly enough-
endogenous?
Oddly enough, you also feel incomplete about it, as if they were wanting to make something else, but was unable to. For a second, you have a vision of a sword in your brain, but then it disappears.
Oh.
A brief furrow of the brow lingers for a moment and then just quickly shakes her head.
Is something wrong?
This tells a story. One that is hard to decipher among the screams. It's all I hear.
From
All I
Steve?
hear are screams.
Knew it was coming.
Yeah. That's some spooky power you got there.
I just look at her like dumbfounded, like from
I don't-
Steak?
I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what they've sacrificed. But all I hear are screams.
Maybe we should put it back in the tree.
It is Steak.
It's a magic stick, Nikolai.
It was meant to be something else, and yet this was what fate decided for it. And all they could do was scream.
I'm sorry, Ami, I missed a couple of your things. Yeah, I feel that one.
It's okay now. There is still a chance for a better tomorrow. But I also feel like, in order to hear these, fate has rewritten twice more.
Wonderful.
I don't understand. Thank you,
Oh.
though. I will hold on to this.
Phantasms
What?
are the stories of those that hold them. The ones that came before and the ones who are here currently. It's interesting that you can see things from them. You must be rather gifted.
That is what he said as well. My father. We should proceed. The forest is
Yeah.
dense, but I feel we're approaching and getting closer to home. Full speed ahead.
Okay.
Full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. Sorry.
I wanted.
Maybe we should- Maybe we should avoid picking up random sticks out of trees for a little bit.
I mean, it seemed to work off pretty well.
Yeah.
Should
I
we?
do not see problem.
Are we all returning to our marching order?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll bring
Yeah.
up the rear.
Okay. Do-do-do.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hang on.
Ami,
get
you find a few more.
A few more sticks.
No, don't worry about it.
Heck yeah.
Well,
As you guys continue, Stray, since you're the one in the front, you do feel that as you step beyond where the battles seem to have taken place here, you get a little bit less of it as you step forward. You make your way through this forest relatively well until you start noticing it begin to thin a slight bit. You see a road in front of you. as you see this small road, large enough for a car to go through, but definitely not two, you find that going off in one direction seems to be making its way toward the hill off to the north of the city. Going off to the other direction makes your way toward the city. That being said, Bulma, basically you feel like as soon as you look at this road, you guys are around halfway to your destination. You're not at where you need to turn yet. However, if you guys wanted to get out of the forest, you could here. Or if you want to go and check on the other direction toward where things are thinning, you can go there, or just make a mental note of it.
Halfway there.
All right.
Nice. Look at the time we're making.
We could still leave and go through the city for the rest of the way. The forest is thinning.
Just in that one direction.
Yeah.
Looks at Michael, looks away, disappointed he didn't follow up.
What?
I'm sorry for my own understanding. There's two ways we can go. One of which is continuing through the forest,
you're about
and
here
one of which is
at the moment.
We can cut back into the city.
You
or
can
we
make
keep
your
going.
way into the city again. You can continue going forward, but you guys did find that you're near a clearing that goes off around in this direction. If you wanted to just make a mental note of that, you could, or you could go and check in on that.
I mean,
Do we just keep going forward?
I'm fine to do either one. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
I had thought the priority was to get somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
Just making
we
sure
go-
you guys
we
know
go
that
there.
there was something there.
Yeah.
And again, I have it marked on the map as forest clearing. I'm going to put a little question mark beside of it so you guys know that you have not messed about there yet, but there potentially could be something in that direction.
I can't wait for session one.
Marker.
Hey, I can't wait for session 153 when we come back here and realize a critical piece of information was there the whole time.
Excalibur!
There was a fucking giant bird eating a bunch of little
God
forest people.
damn it.
No, it's just literally the Master Sword from the Zelda RP.
Just looks at that. What the hell is that?
Marco.
Polo. I know this game.
You don't even.
She's somewhere else.
Yeah, Polo somewhere else.
You guys,
Yeah, Polo is somewhere else.
you guys continue forward. You're not gonna go into the city.
Nope.
You're gonna keep going in the forest.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As you guys continue to step forward, you find that the woods again no longer have that sort of battle-like area. At least at this part, you find that the forest is very thick. It's very clustered together. Stepping through, I would like for Nikolai and Michael to roll me for their focus, please.
Oh, thanks.
No problem.
Oh,
bud.
thank you.
No problem.
What do you want me to say?
-3.
You both
Again.
have negative
Yeah.
3.
They both have
Yeah.
-3.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
jackass.
Yeah, well, you know what? This
That's
is
awesome.
what cheating is for.
You can use up to 3. There you
Well,
go.
So where's Yome bot?
Oh, right. Let me get Yomi bot in here. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's a 13. Oh, sorry. That's a flat 10. Right. Bonus negate.
Well,
oh
I
my
got
god, Nightshade.
6. Hell yeah.
Oh,
That
God.
makes
What
up
happened?
for it.
Oh!
I got 6.
You now have a +3.
I have a. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Well, here we go. Do not fail me now, dice. I think the dice is failing me.
The 18 was your roll. Well,
No, it was 6.
Let me...
It's unfortunate.
And there we
it
go.
is unfortunate.
With a 6, that is a 9 altogether, and the other one got a 10.
Just flat. Yep.
While you guys are making your way, you for a second sort of stop, but then you hear I got what I wanted from here. If you're all regretting the trek and want some pavement for your little feetsies, good by me. I missed that earlier, so I'm just gonna say it now.
Okay. So
But no, you guys look about. You feel that there is something potentially in the air, but there always is, unfortunately, in this place. Because both of you got a 10 or lower, I'm gonna have Stray and Ruler roll me for their luck, please.
Oh boy.
We'll start with Stray.
Fuck it. Why not? Anytime I get asked to do a luck, these are only for when I have to do luck rolls.
+3. That is a +5, so that's a +6
I had a
altogether.
Plus
reroll?
6.
Did you have a reroll?
I had 4 rerolls.
Oh,
What?
I don't see any 4 rerolls. I don't.
Look, they're right there. They're red.
Oh no, those are the
Blue.
minus dice.
Oh,
That just they
But
have
that
4
doesn't say
sides.
reroll.
They have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, and reroll. If you hit reroll, you roll it again.
oh, okay.
I
It's confused. I was like,
was like, wait a minute. So that is a +6 for you, Stray.
And I got an 18.
Okay, I will allow you to decide then before I roll for this other one. This will be up to you. This will be up to you, Stray. You find that as you're stepping forward, your mage allies do not have to worry about this. There is nothing possibly harmful or hurtful about the area for them. That being said, as you step forward, you feel an odd feeling in the ground. You feel something shift and you pull back slightly. As you pull back, you feel that there was some kind of a trap in front of you that seemed to only give off anything from your spiritual body. As soon as you think that, it takes you all but 3 seconds to realize that that means that the only other person in this area that is potentially at risk of this is Ruler. You look back. I'm going to give Ruler 1 check, but I want to ask before I have this check.
Yeah.
If you notice Ruler about to step on a trap, what are you going to do?
Push her out of the way.
We'll see. We unfortunately have to take their certain stats into this. I'll let you keep your inspiration, Stray. I'll give you your heroism because you got a pretty high roll, so it does not matter all that much. They just made the check, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
You find as you look back, you say Ruler, at which point you see that both her and Nikolai are stepping forward, and then right as they're about to step forward onto that same sort of shifted ground that you feel some kind of magic from, they look down, their bare feet almost stepping on what looks to you in a moment, just from the small bit of information you got from the one you were about to step on, a ghost spike.
Oh.
As you look at where their feet were about to land, there appears to be a spike sticking up from the earth below them that seemed to be covered in prana. You look
Like
below.
masking it.
No, it seems to just be covered in it for some reason. Looking below Michael and Bulma and Ami's feet, you also see similar bits of spikes all throughout this area, but those 3 were not affected by it. This is something that is seemingly only affecting spirits. And you almost stepped on it, and you were able to call out to Ruler to not step on it.
Yeah. He will look to Ruler and he will be like, "Look out for. There's a lot of traps for spirits around here. I'll try to warn you if I see any."
Must be one of Berserkers. Perhaps he's hunting some of the ones out there, or perhaps hunting me. Thank you, Stray. Sorry.
It's no problem.
If either of
Berserker's
you,
a hunter, then.
if either of you
Interesting.
would have touched those, I would have given you an injury, and those are fun.
I don't agree. I don't think they are. I think you're lying to me.
Miru, Michael, Nikolai, and Ami, as you look down toward whatever it is that Stray seems to talk about, none of you see much of anything except for Ami. Ami, you notice that there is a slight bit of discoloration among the ground around the place that Stray is talking about, but you don't actually see the spikes. You just see a slight discoloration in the ground, whereas the others see normal ground. In the dark, this is almost imperceptible. And because everything is dark in the city lately, I'm gonna get a drink real quick. Shake, shake, shake. Alrighty, love. You might not like this, but given the circumstance, looks to Nikolai. Hey, big guy, carry her, would you?
What? Sure. Wait.
I would not mind, actually.
Fine with me. I do not mind carrying pretty girl. Hup, there
Thank
we
you,
go.
Nika. I was talking. As you pick them up, yes, they would not have to worry about any of the ground hazards if they are not touching the ground. So,
Hell yeah. Would it be
Uh,
possible for Acteon to like use
Climb
the
up on
trees?
Nikolai like a fucking
Well,
spider monkey.
I was gonna say more like just kind of like jump through the trees. Fucking
Well, sure, if you want to be boring about it.
Actaon, as you look around at them, let me check a thing very quickly. Oddly enough, you technically have a way to avoid it, but that is all dependent on if you want to show your friends your other thing.
Oh.
Because your other thing is able to essentially, from what you can tell looking at these things, they seem to be attacking prana. But your other form is currently similar to like mages, able to gather prana instead of lose it constantly. So oddly enough, these traps in your stag form would not affect you. Good to know for the future. You don't have to do it now.
Good to know. I
As
think
far
he
as
might be worried about doing that here because he doesn't know if there's like knowing that there's a hunter around.
yes,
I think he's still more nervous about that.
I just wanted to give you the
than filling his
information.
teammates in.
As for using the trees, you could. You're not sure if there are any other things on the trees, but who would trap trees when they're looking for superhumans?
A hunter. Which we know we're dealing with. I mean,
You could also just move slower if you want,
I
or
can
you
move
can,
slower.
or you can have Nikolai pick you up.
He climbs on me like spider monkey on my
What
shoulder.
am I saying? No. Don't cop any feels while you're at it, okay? What am I saying? You're a perfect gentleman, right?
Oh, why thank you. I assume that is compliment.
I think it's one as well. I think you're a gentleman, Nikolai. Sure, bud.
Yay!
Would
I
you
am
like
understanding
to?
English.
Would you like to move slower? Would you like to just keep an eye out and potentially risk hitting them at your normal pace, or do you want
I would
to
prefer
climb up
not
on
to slow
Nikolai's
down the
back?
Party. You know what? Fuck it. I'll climb up on Nikolai's back.
Nikolai,
Yay!
do you
I'm
want
a
to?
boss.
Do you want to carry? Do you want to carry Stray?
You climb on my shoulder like Spider Monkey, yeah?
Yeah, I'll ride him like Rocket Raccoon does to Groot.
Yeah, that's it.
You climb up on the back of Nikolai. As you do, Nikolai, you're decently sure that that you can move at normal pace while carrying 2 people. You're pretty sure you're at that level of strength. If you were to carry more, if you were to carry more, I might impose some disadvantages on you. But I'm sure you can carry 2 people without it. You're Nikolai. You're giant.
It does help that they are both small. One of them is a little boy, and the other one is a woman.
And the other one doesn't have any items on them.
Actaeon is the third. I think the third or second tallest in the group.
They are the middle. Yes, they are the middle tallest out of everybody.
Yeah, he's 5'11".
Oh, doesn't look like it.
That's because everybody's short to you. At this point, you guys begin moving forward, I'm guessing. Does anybody want to change the way the group layout is as you move forward? Currently, at this point, Ami and Bulma are in the front, with Michael in the middle, and everybody in the back.
I think Bulma will stay in the front.
I got good eyes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, do you want to remain in the middle?
Yeah, someone has to, I guess.
Okay. You guys move forward. I just need to know so I know who to have the things go to. You guys move forward. At this point, Ami, you're watching the ground for these discolorations. You find that a good around 100 or so feet in almost any direction from where you started seeing those things, you seem to see that same discoloration all over the place. Stray, it's a little bit harder for you to see them because they are specifically tailored to go to you. But you also see small amounts of prana just sticking out from not only the ground, but once again, also onto some of the lower branches of trees and things of that nature. This person was 100%, they are 100% tracking or hunting spiritual beings, people that are going to be jumping from branch to branch and tree to tree.
They didn't expect a piggyback ride.
They didn't expect Nikolai, which, fair.
Who fucking could? Somebody
Somebody watching was just like, that servant doesn't even care. He's just walking through them.
What the fuck is wrong with that one? Could this be another berserker?
Must have extremely high magic resistance.
Oh, buddy, you have no idea.
I'll also notably not explain what's happening and give Stray a wink and a shush. Okay. You guys step forward. And again, you get to around the middle of whatever that is, looking all around. There are small patches of those traps all over the place within almost 100 yards going in all directions. You step through them, none of you having to really worry about them now, but you do find that just up ahead of you, there does appear to be, again, more clearing in the woods. Stepping forward, Miru, you're getting close. You look around, you start to see some of the area about the place behind your home, the place that you had made your way back and forth through several occasions for your own different reasons. You start to see familiar landscapes about. You're not currently fully on the land that you know, but you are just on the outside of it from what you can tell. Another about 5 to 10 minutes and you should be there. At this point, you feel relatively good about your situation. That being said, Ami and Miru, I would like for the final roll, at least of what I have down here in case things are missed, who knows. I'd like for both of you to roll me for your instinct, please. Oh, wait, we'll say focus. Focus is good. We'll do focus this time.
Focus? Okay.
I'll be nice. I'll be nice and go focus.
I got a +1 on focus.
Also, Ami did say something.
Oh, Ami said something. Hold on. Industrious Trapper, alas, we have you. Gestures flamboyant. Alas, we have you. They didn't expect that one coming.
I don't think anyone can possibly anticipate any of our arrivals in this whole mess.
18 with a 1 for a 19.
It's pretty good. $17 plus your 4. That's also very good.
21.
The two of you hear something. As you step out, you hear a rumbling happening around the area. Not only do you hear a rumbling, but you hear a slamming sound as if something, boof, hits the ground. As the two of you hear this, and as the two of you look forward around, you look back to notice the others didn't seem to hear or see whatever this is. Do you want to move forward or have them hang back?
There's just like the sudden stop.
Moving forward to potentially get a better view, or holding back to make sure that you're not seen.
There's Miru's gonna... Bulma is gonna suddenly stop in her place.
I'm good to head forward.
Ami's gonna make their way forward at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You guys see Ami, upon hearing / seeing whatever they did, seem to go going forward a bit. Bulma, do you want to follow them, or do you want to have the others hold back a bit?
I don't know if she heard that, or if she's indifferent. Archer.
Not Archer.
Stray.
Yeah.
High ground.
Do you want to listen to Mira?
Yeah.
/ Bulma?
Yeah, I'll listen to Bulma.
Stray, you jump up into the trees. You are past where the traps are, luckily.
Cool.
As you jump up into the trees, up to the canopy, do the three of you do anything? The remaining three?
She did say she did say that, like, I don't think she heard that, referring to Ami, because she doesn't know, but she did say that she heard, essentially insinuating she heard something.
Shit. What'd you hear?
Something big.
Oh, fuck.
Seems big.
Michael just pulls out and puts on that special glove and just starts running up after Ami, like, God damn it.
Yep. Keeping pace with her in the trees.
Okay, so you're going forward in the trees.
Oh, well, I guess I don't have to. I'm an archer. What am I fucking doing?
Yeah. You're a ranged boy. You're not a Ronin anymore. It's fine.
Yeah, I gotta shake the mindset.
We're gonna say then, just to have the teams here in case any rolls are needed, we will have Nikolai, Ruler, Miru together on the ground. We will have Stray in the trees just above them, and we will have Ami going forward with a Michael going after them, hopefully not giving too much away of things. First things first. We're gonna go to Ami.
Lynn did write something in the chat.
Twirls around and gives a shush. Currently, he's not there yet, Ami, so I will have that be said whenever they get there, because he stopped to ask things. That being said, you rush out from the thicker parts of the trees. As you do, looking ahead of you, you see something familiar, Ami. Something you have seen before, not even that long ago. As you step out from the trees and you bring your back up to one of them, staring forward, you see something towering above the area, seemingly walking past over at the city. You see something with long, spindly looking legs, long, very, very noodle-like legs, stepping up and down in the large cityway going ahead of you, looking like almost a building walking along the way. The same building-like structure, the same looking thing you had seen whenever you had fled the area after dealing with the Sackman.
Yep.
As you see that ahead of you, you do notice a person running up behind you as you twirl around and give a shush motion toward them. Michael, you get up to
Hold
the
out
area.
hand in a stop gesture.
You get over toward them. They grab at your hand. As you look around, you look beyond where they are as well. You see it too. You see what appears to be this large building-like thing with these long, spindly legs stepping through the city as if walking through the streets. This thing is huge.
What the fuck is that?
It seems to be heading eastward, away from where you guys are right now. I will make a note on the map exactly where you're seeing this. You see something moving. I'll use the same color because I feel like that's good. You see something moving through the city around this far in this direction. Most likely meaning whatever is moving is probably moving in the direction of the church.
Does Stray see this as well?
Yes, I'm trying to see what they're doing because they're like further ahead than you guys. But you are able to basically do anything because you are an archer. So yeah, you are.
I'm not.
We're gonna say you're there.
To know what I'm aware of.
We're gonna say you're there because you can act in the same moment because you are an archer.
Gotcha.
But they're
Michael will stay silent about just watching that walk by and just looks behind to see if anyone else is running up this way.
I would like the two of you, because you are here and you are staring off in this thing after becoming quote-unquote masters. I would like the two of you to once again roll me this time for your instinct.
That's better.
To see if you guys gain any information of this thing, because this is something that with your mastery eyes, with your little master eyes, your little master sight, you might be able to learn something about.
Your special eyes.
With your special
Sight
eyes.
be insight.
Your brain.
Okay. Hey.
2-1, that is a +3 for you. Move these
Sit
over
back
here.
there. An 11. So 2, 4, so that's a 15.
I believe you need to roll me one more time as well, Michael.
Okay.
And
But then
Ami
do the
needs to
same,
roll me
no.
twice as well. So once, and then roll me one more time, Ami.
There we go. Now I did it properly. Oh. That's less than 15, so.
15 plus 3, I believe, for... Oh, wait, that wasn't 15. It was 13. 13 plus the instinct, which will
16.
be plus 3. Okay. 16, and what was your highest you got, Michael?
15.
Okay, you guys will both get around the same thing. This is not news to you, Ami, but as you look over at that, you feel the same sensation you felt whenever you were looking over at the Sackman before. As you look to this thing moving throughout the area, you have the same feeling you felt whenever you had first seen that creature and had fired an arrow at it. For some reason, despite the fact that you know you dealt with it, you get the same feeling of looking at the same word appearing in the back of your brain, assassin. Same thing with you, Michael. As you're looking over in that direction, you see something that can only be described to you as assassin. A big fucking building walker assassin.
Godzilla, the assassin.
That is literally towering over some of the largest buildings in the city.
That's He's kind of contemplating that.
Unfortunately, that is the only thing you gain from this. We'll talk later. For now, just let it pass.
Yeah, no shit. Nah, I'm gonna go up there and knock on it and see if they got a cup of sugar.
That being said, oh, let's wait and see what is said there. I mean, probably does. Going over towards Stray. Stray, you see this in front of you. You see this large creature moving through the city. It's not the biggest thing in the city. There are buildings bigger than it, but not by much.
It's probably one of, if not the biggest thing he's ever seen in his life. Apart, like a creature-wise, living being-wise.
You've heard of like beings that are towering over like things and like things that the gods had once felled and fought, but
yeah, like titans.
But you've never seen anything like that before. You see something that is, again, almost as big as the tallest buildings in the city. As you're watching it move throughout, it seems to be moving in a way that it's not breaking anything, luckily enough, but you also don't hear much panic. There is some. You do hear. You do look off in that direction, and you do hear that there is some people yelling throughout the city, but not nearly as much as you should think, seeing something like that moving throughout.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to call down toward your allies down below to explain anything?
Yeah, I think he basically just relay what he's seeing. Like, there's a giant titan walking through the city. I don't know what it's doing, but there's not enough panic apparently.
Speaking of panic, I'm looking at Ami's reactor. Just eyes wide.
So there was something ahead of us.
One thing you guys can be sure of, and again, this goes for the others watching as well, this is something that would have been directly in the path of walking in the city if you would have taken the city route.
Jeez.
Wow.
Fucking Christ.
But of course, half of the city is in this thing's path, so that's not saying much. But
Yeah.
If it's something of that size, it must be a servant of some kind, but I haven't seen it. It must have felt whenever the Grail got unlocked over at the church. I could try to gain information on it, but I've already sent my presence out before. It is up to you. You two are my masters currently. Should I try to gain information, or would you like to let it pass?
Right now, it's best to stay hidden. We are not safe, just unseen.
She will nod, still being held by Nikolai, despite the fact that there isn't anything. She just has not gotten around to the point of let me down yet, because she can't see them. Okay. If you guys wait for that thing to walk away, the first thing that Stray and Michael and Ami will see is, after a little bit of time, this thing walking by almost seems to disappear as it's walking in this direction. This larger than life thing that you're looking at in front of you, once it passes by a certain part of the city around here-ish, even though it should still be in your sight, it vanishes.
Oh God, what?
Well, I guess that's why you haven't seen it.
Okay, not that. Not that calm. As it vanishes upon you guys watching it, it again just vanishing before your very eyes. There is a calm that comes over, and there is no more sounds of rumbling or stomping to be heard around the area. At this point, Ami has you seems to start making their way back. Michael, do you follow them?
Yeah, regroup time.
You guys make your way back. As you do, Stray, you watch in that direction, again, knowing that your sight as an archer should not have lost that thing.
Oh yeah, no, it just flat out ghosted.
It seemed to get to a certain part of the city and then boop. Do you want to come down?
Yeah.
Welcome back, kitten.
And me, her, or him.
Do you see yourself a kitten?
I've been called a lot of things in my life.
Hop, double five.
I'm double 5. Hell yeah.
Tommy's happy to be called a kitten.
I don't know who she's double fiving. Is she double fiving Michael
I'm guessing you.
or me?
I'm guessing
I'm
towards
guessing?
you.
I don't know. Okay.
You.
Okay, yeah.
Do you put out your hands for a double five?
Yeah, she does.
You guys all make your way back around at this point. So yeah, we remember that one. Looks over towards you, Bulma.
Oh, so it is assassin.
Yeah,
That thing is assassin?
I was thinking the same thing. It was a literal walking building.
I don't think it was that big when we saw it.
That close. I know what we're dealing with now, but we'll talk.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
I don't
we
remember
still
assassin being a building.
Do we still have that piece of it, or did Coco take it?
The two of you both have a piece of the Sackman's sack.
Oh no, wait. It's in my pocket.
That's because it's not the building, but later. I believe that Ami wishes for us to make our way forward while we still can.
Yeah, let's keep moving forward.
Right.
Safety first, then more talking. We're very close. Only a couple more minutes now.
You guys go forward. As you do, like Bulma said, you guys are not that far at all from where they end up having you stepping out from the forest. There is a small trail that you guys end up going out from and finding yourself into a small, not suburban area, definitely more of kind of a gated area. There are large walls around. There are a lot of different larger houses over on the outskirts that seem to have their own walls. As you make your way over in the direction, you expect them to take you somewhere else. However, they stop in front of a rather nice looking property. They stop in front of a rather nice large house with its own large wall surrounding it. And from what you can tell, more than enough space for all of you to make your way. As Miru/Bulma, you look over at your driveway, you look back over toward the rest of them. As you guys get out from under one of the street lights turning off and on around the area, you find yourself looking at your home.
Just like unlocking any sort of gate if there is one.
Yes.
Before we enter, I have something that I must confess. Something that I must get off my chest.
Yeah.
Until it is said, I cannot rest.
Uh-huh.
My lie has remained covered. My secrets. yet to be unraveled. My name is not Wilma.
Moves forward.
Just kind of looks around like, okay, good to know.
Then what's your name?
Meanwhile, as you probably pass by a mailbox that says Yume as for the surname.
Huh.
Or what? I don't know if there's a surname somewhere. It's probably covered up and now says Yume.
As you step forward, one thing you will note that is a little bit different for you. You don't really notice this too often, but as you step in after giving away your impossibly deep secret that
weight off my chest.
It was horrible to hold on to that. You feel that whenever Michael, whenever Nikolai, when the two of them step in, you feel when they step in. However, you do not feel whenever Ami or Stray step in.
Oh, so that's how it works.
How it works.
Dude, she literally said it after talking about fake names. You're adorable. Elbowing Stray.
The bounded field left behind by my father.
Is that what that is?
The feeling of entering, consensually, of course. The front door is this way.
Thank you for allowing us entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
The shoe rack will be by
for food.
The shoe rack will be by the entrance. There will be slippers for those who wish to not walk barefoot.
That's right. I get used to that
See a
again.
cat, it is not mine.
You don't have a cat?
Sometimes I have a cat.
Sometimes I have a cat.
It's not mine. You have a cat? Sometimes I have a cat. It's not mine.
Just comes in sometimes.
Just looks at this fucking
That makes
building.
perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're I bet you could have a whole zoo, honestly.
Also, Ami.
This place is nice. Oh wait, no. Also, wow, you weren't kidding about being well off. This place is nicer than mine. Damn.
This is very large place.
Again, father is very well off. This is only one of his estates.
One?
This one is
Wait,
the
one?
the second smallest.
Small. This is nicer than any home I've ever seen. Well, that's not true. But, you know, that's not a fair comparison.
Oh, should I put you down?
As you guys step in, yes, please. That would be. As you guys step in, you guys feel there is a sound that seems to come from the area. As this sound seems to happen in front of you, Miru, now no longer Bulma, you hear some kind of clatter coming from your kitchen.
Oh. That's not supposed to happen. Someone's in the kitchen.
When you make your way
Starts
over to the
making her way.
kitchen, you see no one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess enough change had happened. That's something I wanted to happen, wouldn't? As expected.
I don't know what that means. Just
Father
starts
has
looking.
been out for quite a while. I thought maybe after everything, he came home. Oh yeah, my name is Miru.
Oh,
Good
Thank
to meet
you.
you rightly, I suppose.
Thank you for
Nice.
allowing
Yeah.
us inside, Miru.
It is prettier name than Boma.
It does not suit me.
Hangs off
And
Miru.
yet-
Did I mention you're beautiful and kind and funny?
Uh,
Yeah.
I am not sure if that fits me.
I think it does. He's looking around for what clattered.
Looking off at the area, nothing seems to be out of place. There is a bowl on the counter that I will say for those of you that are here. Does not have anything in it.
Okay, empty bowl.
Perfect. I will need empty bowl. Where is rabbit?
In the grill still. I have plans for it, please.
The rabbit was handed off to one of you. I'm not sure who, but one of you has the rabbit because it wasn't in the grill.
I know it's some. Well,
it got put in there, and then Ruler handed it off.
I gave it to
one of you.
Miru, and
Yeah.
then Miru handed it off to
I think
Ruler.
it might have been Ami that actually grabbed it for a bit.
Girl, trust me.
okay.
With looks like yours, anything fits. Flutter, 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 flutter.
Oh,
I have it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Made sure to lock up before you left, right?
I'm pretty
that
sure I
noise?
did. Though I could have forgotten.
Miru,
I think I did.
Miru, you could have swore looking down at the bowl that was called empty by Nikolai. You could have swore there was still some fruit in that before. But again,
That also
like I
wasn't
said
empty.
before, whenever you had woke up literally this morning, for some reason, sometimes you just feel weird about your groceries being weird.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Burn the burners.
That is odd. But it has been odd for a while. Unless it was the cats. But I don't think so. There's no hair.
It is fine if house is haunted. I have been in worse. It's time for me making food.
Yeah, do you know how to make hot pot?
Of course I know how to make food. Do I know how to make hot? I think I do,
Huh.
yes. I was
You would
going to prepare something special from my home country.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
Then how about you create that if you can find it, the materials for it, and since Ami and Miru were wanting hot pot, we make hot pot as well.
I can make.
I'll need some time to skin the rabbit. The pot for the hot pot is down in the cabinet over there. The fridge is there.
Do we
the
have
snack cabinets
cabbage?
are empty. Oh yes, cabbage. Oh, Ruler, my bike has my groceries.
Oh, of course. Place it wherever it is you wish, and I'll remove the enchantment.
I'll do that in the garage.
I start turning on the burners and I start.
You're
You
not
make your
gonna
way
cook
into
in
the
gauntlets,
garage.
are you?
As you do, Miru, another thing you
Mhm.
will take note of is, again, this morning you felt like you had plenty of petroleum. You felt like you had plenty of gas here. There was an entire other thing that seemed to be full of something. You look over, the gas canister that you had that you thought was full earlier today seems to be over on its side, as if nothing is inside of it.
I knew it was too good to be true for long.
You place down your bike. Do you let Ruler know?
Yeah, just right where the bike here is on the map.
You find that as soon as that is said, you call back to Ruler to let them know, and poof, your bike returns to you. As soon as I find it. As soon as I find where it went. But it is there.
Yeah.
There it is.
She will go about musing about the empty gas, and then make herself back to the kitchen.
I've never been a host. I need to skin this rabbit. I need to show you your rooms. I need to show a tour. I'm hungry.
You do not need to skin rabbit. I can do a skin rabbit. I do it all the time back at home.
Can you keep the feet? I wish
Yes,
to do
I can.
something with them.
I can keep fit.
And while you're doing that, I'll be cleaning these up.
No. Everyone get out of kitchen. You are fine. You two will relax. You are a servant. You will be serving us plenty. You will go sit down on the couch.
Are you sure? I can help with the cooking.
It is fine. Do not be worrying. Also, you're a lovely young lady.
Do you remember how? Do you know how to make hot
belong to
pots, Nikolai?
I know how to make food. Yes.
Do you know how to make specifically a hot pot?
It is not hard to make hot pot.
What is a hot pot?
It is
Produces
hot
a bag
pot.
from inside her jacket and starts washing things off in the sink.
That's not the right answer. What is a hot pot, Nikolai?
Hot pot is...
He's just leaning on the counter, his head in one hand.
Hot pot is, how do I say in English? Crock pot filled with vegetables and meat. It's cooked at various temperatures, if I remember correctly. It's how we did it back home.
Sounds like a stew.
You're from Russia, are you not?
Yes.
Hot pot is Asian.
I was more reading. The hot pot
Chinese,
works differently.
probably.
That is not hot pot.
Let's stick to what
Hot
we said
pots.
earlier,
Tomato-
perhaps.
Tomato, potato.
You make the food that you were planning on making, Nikolai, and the others will make their hot pot. Would that not be acceptable?
All we need is a burner and a big pot.
Also, Ami.
It's hot pot, big guy. If you make it by yourself, it's not hot pot.
Is that what
Hot
it
pot is more enjoyable with company.
If you say
Especially
so.
when
But you are free to make any other dishes you wish. I tend to
Maybe there's
have a
a-
big appetite.
yeah, think of it as a cultural exchange.
I'm not Chinese.
What?
I didn't say it was our cultures being exchanged, that was it. I just said in general. It's a real culture exchange. I'd be grilling a hamburger, and I don't know what the hell Acteon used to eat. Because I don't know what the hell Stray
You
used to eat.
look over at Stray, and Stray has been literally at this point just absolutely getting everything ready that is needed for not only hot pot, but looking over at seeing what is being done with these like getting the skinning rabbit. Stray has already got a knife out and put it off to the side for Nikolai to take. Stray, if we look over at Stray's abilities, their
I literally have the
Yeah.
cooking card.
their
You
lineage of
really?
handicrafts. Crafting mediocre things or doing tasks such as cooking or housekeeping come naturally. That is their highest skill is a B. Technically, the highest skill is the curse, but
Well, yeah, but that's a detrimental one.
A curse isn't really a skill. But
it does
Yes,
look
sir.
like the entire time that the conversation has been going on, Stray has just been getting everything ready that everybody needs.
They've just been skinning that rabbit like a champ.
Yeah, while they're talking about skinning the rabbit, he's just like, we're talking about it so long, I just do it.
Like I'm already done. I'm already almost fucking done, bro.
you see Michael do like a double take of oh. Huh.
I mean, if he really wanted to, then that
Ami
doesn't
just
happen.
hands them things wordlessly when she finishes cleaning them.
Heh. Oh jeez.
If this is something like everybody bringing something to the table, then it seems that Stray has done theirs and everyone is getting theirs done. I do not have anything, so I will find something.
You should probably find a change of clothes first.
You do magic, correct?
Yes, somewhat.
Can I have a rabbit's foot?
Oh, sure, here you go.
Thank you. Removes the bones from it. Can you dry this?
Sure, yes, of course.
Uh,
I have an idea for later. But I need this dry, and that takes days.
Is
It will
What's
not
your-
take. It will not take too long. Maybe by tomorrow, if I don't go completely crazy with it, or if you need it right now, I can attempt to get it for you.
Oh, I just need it dry so it doesn't rot.
Of course, I will preserve it for you.
Thank you.
making a lucky charm or something?
They
Perhaps.
grab onto part of the coat they have and then put their other hand through it to grab the rabbit's foot.
Yep. Hands over.
It will not be
And,
a problem to preserve this for until you need it.
Okay. While that prepares, we should probably get you a change of clothes.
You had said that we were around similar sizes. If you would not mind.
Yes, you will follow me then. I guess in that way we could assign rooms. There's a lot to do. Being a host is already exhausting.
Let us
Perhaps
perhaps wait for everyone to get done with their food, and then we shall.
Yeah, just,
Wonderful idea.
I'll just find a way to busy myself until then.
You
I know what
just,
you
everybody's
cook.
like in the kitchen doing their thing. These two are like looking off around. Michael's just sitting at the bar table, like
If you leave by the back door, there's a lounge and game room.
Game room. Oh, like pool?
And some other stuff.
You're not
Just
wrong.
don't
There technically
overwrite
is
my
a
save
pool.
file.
What was that?
Just don't overwrite my save file.
I have no idea what that means.
I mean, you can all give yourself a tour if you like, but you're gonna get lost. Or not. I don't know.
You know, I think I'll just stick with finding something else. But I won't go far.
We will say that for the immediate time, Miru, you take Ruler upstairs to find them something to wear underneath their cloak. Michael, you look off and about. You don't know really what to do here, so you don't.
It's like, I guess I'll look for maybe check something to read, I guess. I don't know what to do here. I'm kind of lost.
The three of you,
I guess, somewhere in a while.
The three of you, Ami, you start using the things that Stray has prepared to start the hot pot, getting everything into a pot and getting everything ready. Nikolai, you start looking around for the things you need for the dish you want to make. Is that anything particular that you want to make sure that they have? Or just
mushrooms, garlic, onions, carrots, and cumin.
I would like you to roll me luck specifically for the cumin.
The stank you put on cumin.
Just give me a luck roll specifically for cumin.
I don't think I have a luck, but right.
Yeah, just a
Do
straight
you
D20.
mutter the ingredients to yourself?
Yeah.
Sure, there's cumin.
14. All right.
You note that as you make your way looking around, all of you would see that there is an offshoot area to the kitchen that seems to go into a bit of a closet area. Inside, there is a spice rack as well as what appears to be a storage area for other types of foods and things of that nature. All three of you would note this and have access to it. You all three would take note immediately that looking at Miru's spice rack, for someone that is in this place, their spice rack is very lacking. There is a lot of stuff missing, a lot of stuff that just doesn't seem to have a place, and a lot of stuff that just seems to be on the rack but completely empty. Luckily, you're able to find cumin, as well as a assortment of some other spices, but you would find that a lot of more expensive ingredients seem to be gone. At which point, Ami, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I have extras." As Ami brings out from their bag a large amount of mushrooms that they have been gathering as they have been walking with you guys. They rolled a 4 whenever I had them roll before, so I'm just like, yeah, you have like a fucking as many mushrooms as you want to say you get.
Horrifying.
Mostly
Hopefully
enoki
they're not
mushrooms.
magic shrooms.
Hands Nikolai the bag they took out earlier. There you go. Yeah, because you were
Otherwise,
washing
it's
them.
gonna
You were
be
washing the
one
mushrooms.
hell of a trip.
As you guys are looking about getting things ready, in particular, I would like for Stray, looking at the spice rack as the others are getting their mushrooms together and getting their other ingredients out of the area to get ready. Looking over at the spice rack, I'd like you to roll me for your... Give me a magic roll, please.
These magic mushrooms.
Okay. Come on. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. That's a 16. That's an 18 altogether.
Yeah.
Looking at the area, you feel that there is something about this place that seems to be almost a slight familiar vibe to you. You're not entirely sure what it is, but something around here seems oddly familiar. You then lean down in the corner of the room near where the spice rack is. As you do, you see something glittering down below the spice rack. You see, oddly enough, looking at it, some powdered gold?
Huh.
Almost to the consistency of sand on the ground. Not more than a pinch, but enough to put into a small bag or a small sack that you have on you.
I think he will do that to just to have and bring it up later.
Okay. I'm gonna give you, if I can get it over here, small pinch of powdered gold. Here you go. I'll put it right at the top of your inventory there.
Okay.
A small pinch of powdered gold that you have found there, and you were able to gather it relatively well with your handicrafting and your cleaning nature of we'll get it up. Every bit. It's useful, probably.
Oh, it's weird, is what it is. I don't know anything about whether it's useful or not.
It's gold. You can't just let it lay on the ground. Are you doing anything upstairs in particular with Ruler or Miru? Are you wanting to ask or say anything with them? You do note that whenever you get up towards your room, they seem to be following you rather easily and not really saying much as they're looking about the area.
They're more or less alone, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to say that the others don't have to be around for?
Sort of. Not anything she expects to get into a lot, but she does have some small inquiries as she kind of shows her to her.
Do you want to jump into another
closet.
call, or do you want to do it around them?
Oh no, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be another call thing. It's okay.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Let me switch you over to.
Miru's room is master bedroom.
These guys aren't here. They're below. Don't worry about them.
Let's see. She will then lead them. Whoop. Close it.
Close it.
Close it. Actually, this would be the close it.
Close it.
Close it.
As you make your way into the closet, she looks about. The layout is interesting of this room?
It leaves a lot of options, but it's a bit windy. I don't know what Father was thinking when he had this place designed. I'm not an architect, and neither was he.
If they were your father, I guess they would be a mage, and mages usually think about practicality over aesthetic, correct?
I guess. Although, probably not the best in case of a house fire. But I guess that's what sprinklers are for. So how long have you had this grail?
Just flipping through the wardrobes, taking like the quickest glances back at her, and then just kind of doing her own thing. Almost, she says it in a tone like she's shooting the shit.
Just over 4 years now, actually. Again, the war itself has been going on for quite a long while, but I was given it relatively soon after we were betrayed.
I guess that could explain why they haven't asked for it back.
Something
Do they
the
know
matter?
that you have that? The angels?
The Angel family. Well, currently the Angel family, from what I understand, are not in Tosaka City. Like most of the major families, they left before the fighting began. So you could say no, but...
What explains the absence of the birds?
Sorry.
That's why there's no birds.
No, the Angel family do not know much of my existence, if any. And, unfortunately, this is the only thing that is giving us a hope or even an edge against those that are against us. So I am not able to ask them permission or anything.
Well, if they haven't come back for it in 4 years, then maybe someone else's word is vouching for you. Or, knowing them, they know that it will find its way back to them. Things always do.
The Angel family have a lot of connections with mages throughout the country as well as those outside. If I were to hazard a guess, would understandably think that they are staying away from this place. They most likely do not wish to just throw their lives away. Out of everyone, as far as the family of angels are concerned, they know how dangerous the Grail Wars in the city can be. One of their oldest members was, I believe, one of the first to ever summon in this city. They know how dangerous it can be.
That is what the archives said. They have always been entangled in this place.
They have been a master in every war but this one. Technically.
Technically.
Just picks out a random dress, holds it up.
No.
He puts it back.
If possible, I'd like something to wear underneath this, so that I don't have to show much of myself, just in case the other masters or servants are about. Because they're not connected to my grail, but I am to theirs, it allows me a small amount of anonymity.
Oh. My uniform.
Uniform?
Bygone days.
I don't know if that would be something I could wear.
No, don't worry. I had a bit of a Yankee phase. My skirt was extra long.
I will wear whatever it is you wish for me to wear.
I'll take your demeanor as a no. I have another long skirt.
No, it is not a no. You are my master, and even if you were not, I would listen to what you say. You are graciously allowing me to be here. When I say that I will wear whatever you give in front of me, I will do so with pride.
Pulls out a string bikini.
No.
I know what I said.
You may be a servant, but you are still a person with will.
Why do you have that?
You should be able to say no when you don't like something. I don't think we would be as offended over your choice of wardrobe.
Then I will pass on that one.
Good.
Thank you.
She will
inside of Roller's head. She didn't answer the question.
she will rummage. What was the question?
Why do you even have that?
Yeah, she won't answer. She just keeps rummaging through. Eventually she finds what looks it gives office lady, but it's a nice quaint long skirt, a nice cute little sweater. Just something where it's like it looks like something her age would wear, but like going to like a casual-ish function.
Yeah. We'll see if
There.
later on we can get some extra outfits or something of them. Unless they
This
die horribly.
This will cover your modesty when you're not covering your modesty.
At the very least, it will keep things from being revealed. Thank you. I will say, technically, because we're sharing, if you do not mind, I do have some experience with certain types of clothing. Not as revealing as that last one you showed me, but I do have some experience with some more eye-catching clothings in my life.
Like belly dancing?
Relatively similar, yes.
Oh. I thought that was an inaccurate portrayal of Middle Eastern culture.
It is definitely so, but it is not unheard of, especially in story and tale. Especially whenever you are brought to a place for certain reasons.
I see. Well, if you ever do start feeling like an exhibitionist, I could probably find something.
I was mostly just bringing it up to, I don't know, have some kind of chat. I was not meaning that I prefer wearing that kind of thing. I was mostly just making talk. Sorry.
I understand.
These clothes are fine.
I did preface with an odd question, I guess. I don't know how to find the proper words, but I know where that grail comes from. I've lived here most of the life that I can remember. My father keeps archive of the Holy Grail Wars. I've heard stories from Grandma Wolf. But there are still blanks, secrets that I am not quite enough in this world to understand.
I do not wish to hold secrets from you, I really do not. But I can promise that any secrets that I do hold will be all yours in time.
Hmm.
That is all that I can promise you, my master.
I understand. I won't pry for your secrets. Apologies for the intrusive question.
You do not need to apologize anything. I enjoy talking.
I will say, though, if you hold that, something tells me you have the answer to the question, but it is not yet time to ask.
She looks around.
The angels are a big family, connected to another big family, in a love story written in fantasy, and yet real.
There are many such stories in this city. Stories of those connecting and those, well, helping, less interfering than a lot of things people would think a war would be. And in those stories, at least, things were moderate, and the ideas, the alliances, the ties of fate that were better. It was not perverse as the one that is here now. It is not taken to its illogical extremes like this one. It was, in my opinion, upon hearing the stories, better.
Is it true what they say about the Grail? That the wishes put upon it make it more beautiful or more tainted?
She looks down to her hands, which you don't see a grail in, but know that they are still carrying. When I had seen it, when I had felt it upon coming to this city, it was grand. But in 4 years, I can only assume as dark as it would be now. The one that I hold, I feel that it will shine just as bright as the one that I beheld when I came. That I can be sure, as long as we are successful.
I'm not a good scryer. I've never actually tried. But maybe I will try tonight. Though I can't promise I can give us a strategy. Maybe how the weather will be tomorrow.
That's honestly very useful to me. I can only set up my boundaries whenever it is clear. So, even though I cannot see the sky, perhaps you can aid me in making sure that the setup for this grail, at least for the time being, is the best it can be.
Of course.
Until
And we
then,
will
we will have our...
do...
Sorry.
No, I can't promise for the others, but if I can find an answer of some sort, if it means I can have that, I will do my best by you and by Actaeon.
Do you say Actaeon?
She does.
Okay. She looks at you. You are very perceptive.
Not by choice.
I'm guessing that's why you spoke of certain aspects to me earlier as well. Can I assume you already know mine then as well?
I don't think so, but she will look at her.
Good. We'll hold off for now then. She was speaking of the fact that you were talking about the dress and where they're from. Obviously, you can get it just from looking to them, but they're just like, oh, do you know me? No? Okay, good.
I only understand my abilities minimally. Father wanted me to be normal until it was no longer a choice. I will leave you to dress yourself now.
Thank you. I will be down soon.
I'll leave the doors open so that you don't, get lost.
Oh,
Toot.
one more moment.
Wrong door. Yes?
As for Stray, there is one thing you must know. Knowing his name, knowing what you may know of his story, one thing you must keep in mind is that unfortunately, because of his failed summon by my part, all of that is fresh in his mind, as if it happened mere hours ago.
His tragedy.
The Grail would normally stop that, allow us time, allow us a bit of reprieve, but Stray was not given that. Look out for him as well you can.
I will keep his secret safe.
Thank you.
I will put his mind at ease as well, in any way I can.
She will nod, she will go to changing, and you will make your way out. I'm guessing you're going down?
She'll make her way back downstairs to the chaos, whatever chaos is happening in the kitchen.
With the others cooking, with you speaking with Ryder, I guess the big thing I need to know is during the time that all this is going down, Michael.
Yes.
As you are probably just wandering around the compound, is there anything in particular you are wanting to do, you are wanting to look about, you are wanting to think about, you are wanting to interact with?
Well, I am here for a reason. Now, not that I don't have any hope that this would work, but does this place got a phone?
It does have a phone.
I was going to pick it up and listen and see if there's actually a receiving thing on the end of that, or if it's just dead.
We'll say that over on the wall here, because we're in the 80s, you find a phone. As you do. Brick phone, not even.
You wish.
As you make your way over to it, you look to it, you bring it to your ear, and you do hear a tone.
I guess he'll try. He's not sure who would even be able to pick up anything because the compound's clearly abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, like, any kind of.
There are a couple of people that you would have remembered from your time here all those years ago in the city. Unfortunately, when it comes to the compound, like you said, is mostly empty. That doesn't mean that the family doesn't have more areas that they do have. Different houses, different, maybe even save houses that they may have used. I would like you to roll me for your experience, and we're going to see if you are on good enough terms with any of the others potentially connected to remember / know anything about them or their numbers.
Oh, God. I don't think I burnt bridges when I left. I think 3, 4, 5. So
A little more
1,
advanced than
2,
those,
say.
yes, but not when you're a
6.
mage.
eh,
Mages are
Well,
at
it's a
least
plus.
5 to 10 years behind any technology.
Shit. Well, that's not a good sign. I
That
don't
is
think I have
a
any fleeting, so
3 plus your
these 3. So
5.
3,
So that is
6.
an 8.
So it's a 9.
9. Roll me one more time. So
Come
far, the highest is
on, better
9.
number. Oh,
Do-do.
nice to have.
And roll me one more time. This is the final roll.
All right. Come on. 9,
9
8,
is the highest. That would be
9,
12,
12,
13,
13,
14,
15.
15. Do-do-do-do. Let me check really quick.
I have to have at least one buddy still somewhere.
Buddy is a strong word.
I have one person who doesn't want to fight me on site somewhere.
One person doesn't want to fight me on site. I love how it goes from buddy to absolute bare minimum. Alrighty. You do know that your family that you were about with, they are not only a interesting family, but they also are a mage family. They're not a humongous mage family. In fact, they are under 2 other mage families. As far as those 2 mage families are concerned, you don't know anyone from the higher mage family. You know the name of it. I'm not going to say it aloud, but you know the name of it.
Yeah.
If you ever want to know it, just let me know. But you do remember someone. You remember... Making sure I get this correct. You remember an Aka. An Aka from the Okimaki family. This family is the family directly above your family. This person was sort of like an aunt or big sister to the person that you had currently sworn yourself to. You know their number because you know that the princess had their number. It is something that is very much ingrained in your brain, whether you like it or not. They're not a friend. They are a mutual acquaintance of your blood person.
Let's say, I don't know the right term. I was going to go with blood brother and leave it at that.
If you want to say it aloud, yes. To your blood brother. Do you want to maybe try to contact Aka Okamaki?
What time is it again?
Currently, it is somewhere between dark and fog o'clock.
Fucking hate this place. he's gonna try and call her.
Okay. As you go to call toward the, we're gonna assume the Okamaki compound at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to roll me a straight luck roll, please.
Oh, come on, pick up. Come on, pick up the phone.
It's a 17. You let it ring for quite a long while. You are desperate for someone to answer this fucking phone.
He just looks over his shoulder a few times if he just sees anyone walking around, just tapping his foot, tapping his fingers, just...
It goes by 3. It goes by 4 and 5 and 6. It rings around 11 times. As you're about to hang it up on the dozen, you hear the sound of something picking up on the other side. Who is this? Why do you have this number?
Miss Haka, it's Michael.
This had better not be a prank.
I assure you it's not. I just got back to town. Whatever's left of it, I guess.
You're here.
I'm here.
What is upon your back?
All right. Let me look it up, D, because I forget what it's called. I don't know it by heart yet.
If you want to mumble it into the phone, you can. But I believe if you want me to say it aloud, I can as well.
I don't have a problem with that.
A lion dog.
Don't think so. Yeah. Okay. We're just going with that. I don't know how to actually.
It has another name, but a lion dog.
How do you pronounce this fucking? It's a lion dog. It's a lion dog on my back. All right.
Michael, you've been gone too long.
I know, and I'm sorry, and no one showed up when they were supposed to, and I think I know why now, so.
Let me switch over to a different sound at the moment, because I feel like this is way too calm for what this conversation is about to give us.
Yeah.
That's not even it. We'll go here. Yeah, we'll go that. That sounds fine. Michael, everything has changed. The entire idea of this has changed. There was not supposed to be this for quite a while. We weren't given the information on when this war was going to happen. Your head had wanted it to happen after you returned. Yet it happened 4 years ago.
I know those assholes at the church had me running in circles for 4 years, so...
Where are they?
Not with me.
None of them?
He just kind of looks over behind him at the people in the kitchen. Alone.
Shit.
In regards to that. They wouldn't let me through. They kept giving me runaround missions. For 4 years. I couldn't get heads with anything about this city.
Fucking
Whatever
church.
Tell me about it. Look, I went back to the compound. I've seen what's happened to it. Something ran through there like a wild animal. What happened here?
Lancer happened. We don't know anything about them, but they have an army of guys on them. None of us were able to stop them from overtaking that place. I wasn't even there, but I doubt I could have given much of anything. I don't even know if the actual man himself was there. But his people sure were. They ran over that place. It didn't take them more than an hour. It was like they were in before anyone even noticed they were there. Complete desolation. We don't know what happened to any of them that were there.
God damn it. I wish I
I
was
don't
here
know
sooner.
if they're alive. I don't know if they're dead. But we are looking for them. The master chosen for this war has gone AWOL. We haven't heard from them in over 3 years. They were given all of the
Interesting.
resources to do whatever it is they could to win. But eventually they just stopped reporting anything.
And I've seen some weird shit here too. This entire place has gone upside down.
Listen, there's not much you can do. That being said, having anyone from that family is good. There are safe houses, I'm sure you remember.
A few, maybe, if they're even still around.
Only those who have the special ink of your family can open them. We gave all of our resources to the master of the current war, but we lost everything. We lost the family underneath us, we lost all of our own things. The only way that we can hope to gain any sort of footing is by opening those safe houses.
Why? What's inside them?
We don't know. Only the heads of your family would have known. They were under us, yes, but every family has their secrets. I can only hope that something powerful is in one of them. I can remember there being around 6. You laugh at 6.
Just on the lower end, maybe. I'll have to think. You see a map of this town.
Either way, I know where a couple of them are.
Right. I'll see what I can do to get to them.
I'm on the move. I can't stay in this place for too long. I'll leave a note. I'll leave a note on the bridge that connects the two half of the cities. There's a drop zone there for certain materials. I'll leave what I can, as well as the note showing the locations I know at the drop zone. You should find it. When you get it, head to one of the locations, and if you find anything, call me back.
It'll be the first one I tell. But I do. Have you seen buildings get up and walk around lately?
We don't have time to talk about the crazy shit happening in this city. But I do have one final question for you. Are you well? Are you able... They seem to be struggling to say something, as if they don't want to fully tell you. Would you please roll me for your demeanor, please?
Yay!
I need to know how good of a opinion they have on you.
Oh, fuck my life. All right. Okay. Come on, big numbers. That's pretty solid.
+4, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 4 on nothing. So 4. 18.
18 altogether. Roll me one more time.
Okay. 18.
Have you lost any vision lately? Can you see?
I can see perfectly fine. All things considered, this haze around the city isn't helping.
Michael, if that's the case, then she's still alive. That's good news.
Yeah.
We'll find her. We have to. You hear the other side hang up.
He just stands there holding it for a little bit. Before he just kind of a little shakily hangs the phone up.
It's around this time that that Miru would make their way down, and you guys in the kitchen would be finishing the hot pot / Russian dish that is being made in that side.
He's just leaning forward now on the on this little desk. I guess this is just.
Oh, is everything okay?
Huh? Oh yeah, everything's fine. Just might have pulled something during that transport.
Oh,
Yeah, magic goes.
if you need to rest, you're 2 doors away from a bedroom.
Oh really? Well,
I sent you
Yeah.
a message as well to respond to that, Lynn.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
I guess.
here. Just open door. Open door.
You can go to this room.
Oh, that chamber is nothing but doors.
Yep.
There's
barely a wall here.
Okay, you have a door corridor. That's
A
nice.
corridor.
Yeah. I see what I did there.
This is one of the guest rooms. The bathroom is at the door over here.
It's all compartmentalized. How ergonomic.
You can either get yourself a rest or a bath or dinner.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks.
Just walks off.
Guys, Mirror's back.
I'm glad to
just
see
gonna go-
my kitchen has not burned down.
You're saying?
He just goes in the bathroom, just shuts the door, locks it. He just takes off the glass and just splashes water on his face. Just, He just takes a minute before he comes back out with glasses on.
You have no idea what Aka is meaning when they say if you've lost any vision. That's something you've never been told or never had any thoughts of at all. The only thing you know that the family had ever done with you was give you the markings on your back. So it's a little odd that something else is there.
He's just like walking back, just mumbling, "Oh, fuck me, of course it's something else." Walks up. Man, I'm starving.
Well, your timing is perfect because we're done.
I always have the best timing.
It does smell good.
You guys hear light footsteps coming from the stairs as a ruler makes their way down as well. As they look to each of you. The aromas are pleasant. You see that they are still somewhat wearing the cloak, but there is a long dress underneath, as well as something across their chest underneath the cloak as well. They seem to have not fully wanted to be completely modernized quite yet in front of everyone, but they will have their hood down.
Heck yeah.
We must stay in here for the night. The Grail cannot be set up until daylight. I know that daylight never comes here, but there will be daylight regardless beyond the fog. Once it is there, we can set things up, and then this place should be safe, at least for a time. It's actually been a ride. Our innocent little buddy here is surprisingly good at this. Big guy, on the other hand, I mean, just look at how teeny the utensils are in his hands.
Oh,
It does look like Nikolai, as you look at the tiny utensils and things that are around you, that they are made for somebody that doesn't have shack hands.
It is not my fault silverware is made for babies.
It is also decently hard for you to maneuver the silverware in your hands wearing the armor, but you can't seem to take it off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that would be a problem.
Maybe if you're stuck, maybe we should went with pizza or something.
But
you're saying...
regardless, you did seem to make your dish relatively well.
Oh, the utensils are too small.
It's like he's
One
using a kiddie
moment.
playset. It's hilarious.
One moment.
grabs the grill
So you-
poker, grabs
so you
the
really
grill, grabs the spatula, grabs the grill poker, grabs a salad spoon.
Don't forget the
So how do you-
call it? Fucking it's like the giant steak knife. What do you call it? A cleaver.
Yeah, she just grabs the barbecue poker as a fork,
Yeah,
a fucking salad fingers as like a spoon.
We
how-
might have to do.
Oh, those.
Will work just fine.
You bring them over. Ruler had their hand outstretched for a second, but then puts it back into their robes because, you know, they thought about doing the size thing they did to your bike, but you
lol.
fixed it. So they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna take away the effort.
It's, oh, look at that. Get your own special silverware. For as long as we're allowed to be shacked up here, at least.
I have the rooms. I'm not sure about the food, but we can manage.
Yeah, listen, I thank you for putting up with all of us, at least me. I appreciate it. It's weirdly nice of you.
What has anyone done to be put up with?
I mean, to let us stay here.
Oh.
That's what I mean by put up. That don't worry about it.
Oh. I just feel like it might also be more convenient if we had
Excuse me, Stray. Excuse me, Nikolai.
a base.
If you're comfortable with that, I mean, you see a walking building. I don't know what else they're gonna throw our way.
He
but
did drink that wine. There's that.
I feel like that's being held against me for no reason.
Wine.
I was off.
Dionysus.
They were having a party. They offered some drink. I took a drink. It wasn't that big a deal.
Dionysus, you said.
Yeah.
That's good information. Perhaps it will lead us to the identity of whoever's controlling those people. Oh, there are reasons. You just don't know them.
Well, if it's something I should know, did I do something wrong? Was there a faux pas on my part? Can a guy not have a drink all of a sudden?
We explained it to you already. Did you forget?
Yeah, a random hand of fate or something. I thought you were
No,
close.
no.
Been known to drive people insane. That's one thing you should probably know for future reference.
They are a
Well,
god of
also-
madness.
Don't feel crazy. I think I'm fine.
Well, that's good. That's great. Just
Or
a
turn
thing
them
to
into
know.
a freak, or turn them into freak monsters.
Just like he examines himself, like, nah, I think I'm good.
Teeth are fine. Hair is immaculate as always.
Do you have lizard fingers?
He is also a god of
Yeah.
ecstasy.
No lizard
That's why you
fingers.
got the red room.
Then you're fine.
Wait, what did yours?
He is also the god of ecstasy.
Oh,
Maybe that's why you were drawn to the red room.
red rip. Okay, listen. I don't know what's behind that door. You showed it to me. I mean, I like the red, but that's neither here nor there.
Fate calls us on paths, whether we are aware or not.
Pretty sure that I just happen to like that color. In any
I
case,
had some thoughts while I was upstairs changing. I do not know if this is proper hot pot etiquette, but if...
Tommy.
Oh.
Tommy.
All right, speaking of red and stuff, so we know who Assassin is.
Oh?
was it that building on 3rd and 4th? I'm pretty sure it was.
Who are they then?
Wiggles hand. Sort of.
No, it was a building. I don't want to fight a building.
I mean, it wasn't an actual building, was it? It was a creature the size of a building, right?
It
Yeah, it's
looked
the
like
size of a
it looked
building.
like a building. but it
Oh.
also looked like it looked like kind of nothing. It was a creature that was as big as a building, looking similar to the buildings kind of around it, with long spindly legs stepping over other buildings throughout the city. It could be a building, it could be a thing. It's whatever it is. It's still always been in shadow every time you guys have seen it. So anyway, us two points to Miru in one in a one arm, or pulls Miru into a one-arm hug. We helped kill assassin. Well, one of them.
Fucking
Oh.
excuse me?
There's
That means I know who Assassin is. Well, sort of.
Yep. And tell us if you can any information you have. Obviously, there is still
Sackman.
Sack man.
The man with the bag.
Yep, we took out the sack man. Pulls out half a sack.
Pulls
What?
out hers.
Ew. It is gross. No one wants ball sack on table. Get it out of here.
Oh, that's not the same. You gotta expand your repertoire of language. You gotta.
The sack man.
Sti-
It's a story about I guess a malicious force or a demon that goes about and steals children who are misbehaving from their
Oh,
homes,
fuck that.
either to spirit them away or to sometimes consume and eat them.
So kind of like
Santa
Krampus.
Claus.
Sort of.
A but what does the sack man and a building with little legs have to do?
But that's not all. There's more than one assassin. And after today, I know who he is, or well, who they are.
Oh.
The suspense is killing me. I can't even enjoy my hot pot or
I thought you
whatever the
just said
fuck
they were
he
sack
made. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what they mean.
Coco said there was multiple. One of them is Sackman. Now, he is...
Yeah, Mr.
Well,
Heartbreaker.
Coco didn't tell us if they were a servant, but we have reason to believe they might be. But I don't think they told us their class. If we assume they are assassin because they used to be cohorts as well, then it means that there is a correlation between all assassins.
Okay.
Maybe they are beings that steal children in the night, which then
So-
gives me theories to hypothesize the identity of our spindly building.
Is it the worst fucking thing I've ever heard in my life?
Bingo!
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga? It's not supposed to have like a chicken house.
It is the house of a witch.
She puts up. She's like so listless, but she puts
Yep.
up her like hands and goes like the little ooh. But she's still like deadpan as fuck.
Baba Yaga.
An evil witch that would steal children who misbehave, wandering in the woods against their parents' wishes.
Assassin is the boogeyman.
Hmm.
Ah, it is children's bedtime story. I remember this. My mother and father would tell me this and my 15 siblings before we all went to sleep.
You can't have more than fucking 15. 15 more? Okay.
All of them.
You know what? I'll buy it.
All of them are the boogeyman.
All of So Boogeyman, Baba Yaga. So Baba Yaga's what? Sackman, Baba Yaga, and all kinds of boogeymen.
And you think that
It's-
this you think that this Coco one is also one.
This is only an assumption. I have no evidence other than his testimony that they used to work together.
I don't know any boogeymen named Coco. But that one's a little new, I guess.
So all of the assassins are all of the different stories that are like that, like them.
Unfortunately, when it comes to stories of the boogeyman, there are dozens, if not hundreds.
Yeah. That, if you figure that out, Trev, in the world, and just think about it, it makes sense.
Them saying
Sounds
that,
fun.
Miru and Ami, you guys know specifically that Coco had mentioned that there were a few left. There were an amount of them left, if you remember.
There are a few left, according to Coco.
They also never referred to each other as assassin, but by name. Yeah.
So do we think the one that we saw earlier was this moving house one that you mentioned?
Baba Yaga, potentially.
I mean, it would make sense, I guess.
Yep, seems like they've been having their own internal boogeyman war.
The children in the city are very limited. And
I'm sorry.
They are entities that feast on children.
What the fuck does that mean? Children are limited.
There's only a certain amount of children in the city walls, and every year they're getting older.
Okay, I thought they were just being eaten and so fast that there's so little left. Okay, both are bad. Either one is, like, even if they aren't being eaten in that match, the fact there's children eating monsters out here.
And that one is the grandmother of all witches, Baba Yaga.
Right.
I suspect she'll be the strongest.
Maybe that was the original one that got spawned into this nightmare.
To go over something of the backstory for Miru and Ami's sake, whenever you guys had finished with what had happened at your place, you remember seeing 4 beings coalescing onto where the Sackman had been. You remember seeing / feeling 4 beings moving in that direction.
4.
So if you add in Coco, potentially 5.
Hey.
We can account for 5.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
So there's at least 5 boogeymen left in this entire city. And doing God knows what.
There is a problem, if this is all true. The boogeyman story is usually not one that has a happy ending. Which means in most tales, the boogeyman has no weaknesses. They just do what it is they do.
Or there's
I mean, you killed one, right? So
yes.
They
they're
have
killable.
something. They might have something of a weakness. Disconnecting their ties to the children via purification
And she holds off her last talisman.
and the power of Goku.
Who the hell's Goku?
Technically, we helped one of them kill another one, but yeah. Goku, you guys see what appears to be just a kid smiling on the back of like a Shikigami looking talisman.
Yep. A spiky-haired kid with a monkey tail and a stick.
That's a weird looking Sun Wukong.
That is an ugly child. Who is that?
It is what helps us defeat Assassin.
An ugly
Yeah.
Add
child?
2 others.
Are we gonna summon
No.
Sun Wukong as a little child?
Mm-mm-mm.
That would be a powerful servant indeed.
No.
It would. But I'm
Yes.
only kidding here. I know it's a talisman.
Oh, I thought you wanted the components in which allowed me to make it.
Yeah, where did you get that? You look like you ripped out of a comic book.
A manga.
That's not what I said.
But it was, innocent whimsy. Sacred ash.
She pulls out a box of cigarettes.
And a pure maiden's prayers. Mine.
I figured.
Me.
No, I couldn't, assumedly. Yeah?
You understand exactly
No,
what
no.
they said, Stray.
No offense. No offense, but I do not believe you.
I have no
Oh, what-
reason to lie to you.
What about the
She-
killing the
that she-
assassins?
Know that she's pure.
Oh,
I mean,
That's
who
me.
are we to judge? But also, yes, there's me.
It's also entirely
is-
possible there's an ultimate definitive boogeyman and the fragments are a phantasm, but that's speculation and frankly above our pay grade.
A lot of this is above our pay grades. Except, well, motions to the ruler. It used to be in her pay grade, apparently, but still.
There's this, as Nikolai said, that Miro's just been kind of looking at the counter, just kind of like empty-eyed, and then looks at
Hey.
me, at Ami.
Am I not pure?
Oh, see what you've done, Nikolai. Don't pay attention to him. I'm sure you're plenty pure.
It is good thing.
I thought you needed to maintain virginity to be pure.
It
Did
is
I
not
do
all the
something
respect
wrong?
that will be.
Hmm.
Girl, you're clean as the water in the mountain spring.
Jesus Christ, get a fucking room. I'm sorry. I can't.
Does that mean I need filtering?
Uh,
Let us
God.
let us get back to topic.
Ooh, ooh.
If we know who Assassin is, and we know that they can be stopped, at least from how you guys did it, then at the very least, we know that they do have a weakness. Whether it be Goku or not, we will figure it out. Perhaps we can figure out some way to incorporate your Goku into something that can be fired by Stray?
yeah, why not just tie it around his little arrow? That's how it works, right?
have the-
I missed what she just said because I got distracted by something. What was that?
They're talking about strapping Goku to your arrow and letting fly.
Oh, okay.
I have the rest of the book still.
Oh, I
Either way,
Hmm.
that's good. Silver works too. Spirits are spirits at the end of the day.
Silver Soul.
Yeah,
Just a good old fashioned gun.
they're good for stuff like that. But I mean, if we want to try some regular arrows with that thing, then I'd be down for that.
I will owe the library $10.
So, we know Assassin then, if we're correct. We know some information on Berserker.
I suppose I should mention that I may have gleaned a little something about Lancer. We're just using titles, right? We don't know what their names are.
Lancer.
He's the one that.
That's a
Yeah.
Lancer is one of the 3 knight classes. They
Oh,
are
great.
a very powerful physical servant. Having an encounter with one of them is... I'm surprised you're alive.
I didn't meet the guy or girl, it, whatever it is.
Oh, so you weren't talking to your girlfriend?
No, I was not talking to a girlfriend. Any case, apparently he has a whole army at his beck and call that does his dirty work for him. And that's what wrecked my acquaintance's home. The one that me and Nikolai ended up in front of.
Do all these servants just have armies?
Mhm. Apparently,
Right.
whether or not Lancer was even there or not is speculative.
Right.
But-
You had told me whenever you had appeared that there were signs of struggle and a lot of different showings of a battle happening there.
It was like the army just showed up but beyond their defenses in an instant. They didn't even know they were on them until they were being attacked. And anyone that was alive got carted off with the rest of their army. Don't know where, don't know why.
Well, I unfortunately don't have a lot of information on the others. There are 7, for those of you who don't know. I was one of them. I was Caster. There was Lancer. There is Berserker. There is Assassin. That would mean that remaining would be Rider, Archer, and Shielder.
Omni-nerds. Let me see.
Leans over. Everything's white on the ground. That's why I'm not noticing. Let me shift my context.
Yeah,
here.
that is rough. Trust me. Yeah, I get that.
All right. Leans over and rests head on, crossing arms on the counter. Think it might have something to do with the party? If yes, we'd at least be pretty sure they're Greek, which isn't much, but it's a lot more than nothing.
Oh, I swear to fuck if that wipes from that asshole.
Potentially a Lancer tied to Dionysus in some way at that point, if possible.
So we're looking for a Greek with a spear. Okay.
I believe we may need more information.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
I wouldn't know any prominent
Right?
spearmen, right? From that follow Dionysus.
You would know a lot of spearmen.
Well, I'm talking about like big named ones, like important, like huge deal.
Nothing immediately comes to mind with Dionysus involved. Like nothing that screams Dionysus. Obviously, any spearman would know of and potentially might have praised Dionysus as part of the pantheon of gods, but nothing screaming Dionysus at you at like in your brain hole. Not only that, you tried staying away from Dionysus a bit, but you do know enough.
Yeah.
This is not going to be an easy time.
There is also, unfortunately, the thought that whoever those people are tied to are not Lancer.
Yeah, that too.
Unfortunately, we don't know if Lancer is tied to Dionysus or not, but perhaps.
You said that. Remind me, Deco.
Mm-hmm.
When Actaeon was summoned, was he just made aware by the Grail that the gods of his time are no longer really a big deal, or they're not really a thing, or did she tell him that?
You are in an age currently. I believe it was her that said it. And you also feel it sort of just being around. You are not in an age where gods walk the mortal realms.
Mm-hmm.
You are not, at least you do not feel them currently as you are walking about.
Okay.
You are not in what fate would consider the age of gods.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they don't exist, because obviously fate is very iffy on if anything exists, but
yeah, of course. It's fine. They're all up in space.
Space gods.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, he looks over to Ruler. You said that the gods are kind of gone-ish, right?
For lack of a better way of saying, yes. There are ways that people speak to them. They motion toward Michael and Nikolai. There are places of worship just as they were in your time. But they do not always answer.
I can tell you that's true across the whole damn board.
Not only that, but a lot of mages of this time don't usually even understand if they do answer, if they are real, or if the magic that they put into the ceremony just sort of works in that situation. I am not here to tell you that. You would know whether or not what happened with you was real or not. so there's no way I'm going to say it was not, but here it is difficult to gain any sort of, well, any sort of direction of the gods.
Is it? I don't know all the details of how these Holy Grail War things work. Is it? It's not possible to summon a god, right?
An angel has been wait, actually.
Theoretically, yes. Practically, no.
Are you sure?
There was
You should
There was
be able
record.
to. You should be able to summon anything, technically, if it existed. If that's the case, if the gods truly walked among us, then yes, you should be able to. The amount of energy and power and anything that were in that situation would not be something that the Grail War would be capable of, in my opinion. Yeah, there are some thoughts on where the divinity of old went, but end result is they were here and now they're not.
New ones are moved in, but
There was once the summoning of Santa Claus.
really,
Hmm.
that must have been violent. So let me see if I can parse this out. Now, normally, no. Yeah, no. There's no way.
There's
What
another
about-
raise
what
of a finger, open mouth, closes it.
Now, my thing is, there's clearly some crazy shit going down. Are we sure no one's trying to do that right now?
If there was a god summoned into this place, I would feel that the magic of the Grail would have most likely dispersed at this point.
I didn't say there is, just could that be what might be going on? They're trying. Why would this be going on for 4 years if there wasn't something cataclysmic going on? I can think of a few things of more than cataclysmic than summoning a god to the material world.
I do not know what the masters of that war are planning, but there are a few of them, all doing the same thing. All of them from different houses, different families, different ways of life. If all of them at one point decided that they wanted to use their wish to summon a singular god, it would be surprising to me that all of them would be as selfless as to wish for each other. But it is not beyond thought. For example, going across my head at the moment, perhaps a way to summon a god would be to summon an idol of sort, but again, even then, quarreling. Again, even then, she shrugs. So, how do you know the masters seem to be, how do you know, so you know how the masters seem to be acting real buddy-buddy? If one of them had an actual god, can't imagine they'd need to keep the pretense exactly as well.
No, obviously, if they had one already, that's what I'm not talking about. If they have one already, I mean,
I would assume that
I'm
you
just trying to
have
figure out
merit that could be the case. I don't consider it possible that all of them are wishing for something like that, just from the fact of several mages from different walks of life would have had to have talked to each other and thought, let's all summon the god that we all collectively like.
Look,
It
I
just
know the
feels
Graves
to me
family
like it's a lot.
I know it's a lot. I'm just speculating. I don't know. I haven't been here for.
No, I'm
seven-
trying to give you a good thing. I don't think that that's possible. That's
Oh, good.
a
I
good
actually
thing.
feel-
Something the church would do.
It does. It really does. And yes, I'm glad my fears are assuaged. So thank you. It's
Again, though, we cannot say no. What were you saying, Eric?
He was just kind of like mumbling to himself, like, it seems like just a crazy coincidence, though, for there to be a bunch of Dionysus worshippers or cult. I don't know what you'd call them.
You use cultist, it's a pretty solid word.
We still don't know why all of these, for lack of better word, pseudo-servants are around. We don't know why all of them, these spirits, these heroic figures, are around at all that aren't actual servants. I believe that once we learn that, perhaps we may know why some of them are here. But we would only learn that from the masters, the servants, or from them. And you definitely have history with Dionysus, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
Hmm.
He did kill me, so there's that.
Oh.
I'm glad you got better. I don't know how to respond to that.
Honestly, could be that. Might be why you showed up.
Well, the reason I showed up is because you had that scarf piece, right?
Yes.
Look.
The ability to summon a servant is based off of their, I guess, catalyst for summon. When it came to myself, I have connection with a lot of different phantasms through my own origin. I was able to come across this piece of your scarf. I wish it were more important than that, but relatively by chance. It was a story that I guess wished to be told. Oh, okay. Disregard. If you were a wild summon, something closely connected to you already being here could have nudged the odds.
Oh, the odds nudged a nod. Nice to meet you proper, I suppose, Trey. Sorry that we ran into your old acquaintance. Well, at least his followers. Not intended.
Once we have set the grail up here in the morning, I believe that having a place that we can go that will be away from prying eyes will allow us to be a little bit more aggressive with gathering information. Perhaps returning to that group of people and learning more could be one of the things we could do. Exploring the city being another, potentially. Or just making a beeline for the ley lines of the city could be also be good.
Actually, I have a place I need to go. After we set up the grill. You guys can come with. I'd appreciate it. But I gotta stop at the old bridge first.
Definitely not the church. They're super keen on that one by now, too.
Mm-hmm.
The bridge. The
Yeah,
one large one in the center of the city.
Can't miss it.
I believe that should be safe now if what the two of you said is true. I had sensed that a servant had taken up residence there, but now that all of you have told me what you just went through, I believe that servant to be Sackman. They bring their hand over toward the two halves of the sack that you had brought onto the table. I feel it, too. That area should be safe enough for you to go there without worry.
Fantastic.
Not that
Well,
anything in the city is truly safe, but safe enough.
Well, we'll find out. I haven't been here in, I don't know, 17 years.
Also wanted to talk on this one. Pokes the sack.
What about it?
Go ahead. Normally spirits don't leave things behind.
Hmm.
You know anything? They
I
nod.
thought that was because the true assassin wasn't dead.
That could be a way, if I were not here in the war. The phantasms that are being left behind are my doing. I have mentioned this to Stray before, but currently I am a very weak servant after performing my summon that I had done. But a byproduct of me being here is that stories don't truly fade around me. Not only are the phantasms from the beings around here still in existence, but also phantasms of wars past could show themselves. It has been like this since I was summoned 4 years ago. I do not know if any of the ones have been found by other people, but they cannot use my powers as well as I can. Even if another master or servant would have found one of the phantasms strewn about, they would not use it to the level of all of you could, now that you are connected with me. That is the one boon that I can offer all of you, is my power over phantasms. Oh, unreal! That makes things both exciting and infinitely more complicated.
Yeah, I'll say.
I cannot use all of the abilities of a phantasm. I am not their true owner, after all. Their story is not mine. I just tell them. That being said, if you were to use a phantasm yourself, or hand one over to Stray, they would be way more powerful than, for example, going and making something or finding something yourself.
I do wonder why that one kind of rejected me before, though. That's weird. If you're saying I can use them.
Perhaps it is because of the person that made that one. They also, for example, were attacking us with those traps, correct? Maybe that was a trap itself. Maybe it was supposed to be there for you to find, and luckily enough, the others tried to pull it out before you. Okay, so hypothetical. If something happened to Stray, we could use his bow? Yes, technically, if that is what's left behind. He could also leave behind his quiver, his arrows, or his scarf. Not everything will be left behind. Only certain things have the chance. But at least one thing will. Potentially more than one. I see, so we don't know, but it will be something. That is the power that I've been able to at least push into the area around here. Ever since I made contact with the Grail here, and the Grail made contact with the city's ley line, the city has a piece of my power. Even whenever I was summoned originally, that was not the case then. Only once I became ruler did that happen. Follow up then. Our wannabe heartthrob tore this one up. Can it be mended? I think in a similar way as the one that you had found in the woods. Potentially, you could make something of it. If you had someone skilled enough. Looks over at Stray.
I mean, I could try. What were you gonna say, Mira?
I have a sewing kit somewhere.
Anything can help. Not to mention, if we truly believe that this Coco is assassin, potentially they could do something with this as well. Them giving it to you is odd if that's the case. Because this would be something connected with them, they would have much better use of it than the two of you. I wonder why he handed it over.
This end up causing problems for us in the long run.
They were not connected to the war before this. Oh, you should have been there. He was trying so hard to be cool.
Yeah?
You seem nice,
Clearly it was worse.
albeit awkward.
That
Well,
makes a small thought in my head.
that's an absolute dork.
once we are able to defend ourselves in this place, once we get the Grail connected to this place, I could potentially use that sack to locate this Coco, if ever need be. I don't know how much to trust them, but if they are connected with the sack man, then they would be connected to this. Yeah, it was fun. I liked them.
Yeah, what does that extend to the other assassins?
Potentially.
Hmm.
If we are correct,
Interesting.
for example, on that being Baba Yaga, then perhaps I could find them. Though, someone like that would most likely have magical abilities that are beyond certain amounts of tracking. Hey, if nothing else, even a busted phantasm is prana. Maybe use it as a battery if we need.
It's a hell of a battery. I'm down. I'm absolutely down for that.
If you can find people using objects, could we find whoever made this spear thing as well?
I am hesitant. They look over at you. We don't know enough about Berserker, and I fear that that belongs to him.
Hmm.
Berserker,
If you try to do it, he might.
Berserker
that
is a
you're doing it?
problem. Not for just us. From what I remember of them back whenever I was summoned, they were a problem for everything. They didn't listen to their master. They went off and did things of their own volition. If anything in this war, Berserker is terrifying because they do not have, I guess, any real ability to be reasoned with. I worry about them. And from what Miru said earlier about hearing screaming, I can only assume that that is Berserker.
Right. So avoid that one. The most.
Oh, that actually reminds me. The screaming.
Oh.
I don't know if it is a hint at the identity of Berserker, but I think they are a Forge Master.
Forge Master.
Perhaps they could do something with these things if they found them as well.
They're a
The screaming.
Forge Master and a hunter.
The screaming at the while the beating down of an anvil.
The
Their
screaming is
creation
not... The screaming is not Berserker's fault.
The screaming as the hammer hits the anvil. The weapon not what they wanted. A lance, but it was meant to be a sword.
Does that mean
Berserker is a
Wait.
victim in all of this. Berserker
How?
was never meant to be in the container they are.
You mean they weren't meant to be a berserker?
Berserker was put through a lot in their summoning from what I could remember. Berserker was someone who had potential. Someone who was far too smart to be controlled by their master. As such,
Oh, I see.
their master gave them mad enhancement, an extreme amount of it, far too much for them to stay as what they were. Saber.
So the Berserker was supposed to be a saber, which I guess is like a sword thing, right?
This is all
So-
information that I would have just thoughts on. I do not know for true what all of this means. That is just what I had when I saw him before. In the brief interaction I had with Berserker, something in him spared me. If they listened to their master, I would have been killed in that church when he found me. But something else took his ire his attention away from me.
Can you give us a description of what he looked like, maybe? That might help.
They shake their head. They are maddened beyond recognition. It is almost like a dark fog follows them. Yeah, no window is one way. Looking is risking being looked upon, and unfortunately, servants don't have rights.
Hey man, I'm starting to really dislike this idea of the servants thing. Did you just do that to one of them? This mad thing?
A master can do anything by using of their command seals. Unfortunately, Saber was not able to be controlled. They were too smart for their own master. So their master changed them irreparably.
So that the master was too dumb for their servant.
That's why I told all of you to be careful with those that I gave you. They have power over me and Stray that could change everything. But they are incredible boons as well. They will allow us to break any limits that would seem impossible. For example, you could be back at our church, and Stray or I could be somewhere even at the other end of the city. And with a simple command and loss of that seal, they would be beside you in a second.
No, that's gonna be good. Doesn't work the other way around.
Anything can be done.
Anything.
Hey, I don't like it either. I think the Berserker class itself is inherently criminal to call, but mages are mages, and most of us will defame anything for an edge.
Yeah, that's true. You know, it's weird how similar the church and the mage families are.
Not
weird.
all of the servants that were summoned wanted to listen to the idea of joining with all of the other masters. Like my master, Saber was too far to not want to be controlled. That is why I believe they did what they did. Yeah, and we hate each other because we're similar. Ah. I don't know what the I like doing the every time I see that face.
Yeah, I could say that. Well, I'm glad your master was made of a better cut of person.
They were.
I just don't understand what they're all. If we knew what their end goal was, maybe this would be a little easier to digest. But so far, it just seems like madness and chaos for its own sake. Let's look at the city.
If we are able to take down one of the servants, perhaps we would be able to find out.
Personally, I wouldn't mind taking.
When a servant loses their master, or when a master loses their servant, they are just a mage. Powerful, potentially. They are one of the more powerful ones in the city, but still just a mage.
What if? So personally, I think we should kill Lancer, if at all possible.
Personally, I
Do
think
we
we should
have-
fuck with Lancer right now.
Do we have any leads on how to find them?
No, I'm just saying it's what I would personally prefer to have happen. But right now, it seems our best target is Assassin. All of them.
Well, we track down this Coco, I guess, right? And see what he has to say, or
I'd like to beat this man.
It's as good of a thought as any. Yeah, or I could call him, I guess.
or you could
Yeah.
do that.
Do you have his
Yeah,
phone
so-
number?
Some effort.
Do you have his
Can I
pager?
contact him?
Or
I mean, a favor's a favor.
Mhm.
You were told during the thing, both Mira and Ami, that if you ever needed Coco, you could just attempt to call him to you. Because you guys helped him out. I'm not going to use it yet, but, you know, I got it. Jealous?
I guess by that, I can do it too.
you guys feel that at any point, if you ever wanted to talk to Coco, all you'd have to do is mean it and say his name.
I feel like it would have to be a way, in a way that he cannot say no to.
I mean, well,
Yeah, I think it's better
I
to
should-
wait till we have more pertinent questions.
Yeah, I don't even know what to ask him. Besides, how's it feel to get shot down so many times in a row?
He was the one that sent you all to me, right?
Mm.
I
But
as well
you were
am
not
wondering.
expecting us.
I as well am wondering how he knew I was there. And also how he knew I was waiting for people to go there.
Yeah, but did you and your master make any friends before everything went to shit?
No. But I was waiting on 4 people to show up at the church. And only 2 of the ones I was waiting on showed up. We don't have leads, but we have a city and we have all these guys now. Let's see what we can find so we can make a meal of it.
Oh, yeah. The whole city's our oyster, except for the parts that will kill us. That's like the fugu, I guess.
The only things I can say for now. The harbor, the stadium, and the temple. You must stay away from those 3 places for now.
Most strongholds now?
Whenever I was searching before, searching for things that were around me, those were the 3 places that I felt danger. If you go there ready to expect danger. Note how she didn't say the sewers. Real convenient for going under the radar.
I mean, if we gotta go underground, let's go underground.
Right, I have to add a sewer level for you guys now.
You have to have
I
an
almost
entire
forgot.
sewer network. Get fucked. Get fucked, asshole. Goddamn.
Stay away from the temple, the stadium, and the what again?
Harbor.
The temple, the
Harbor.
stadium, and the harbor.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, not a big sports guy. Tired of temples. And I haven't got reason to go to the harbor for 17 years. So, I think I'm fine.
Whenever, one thing as well, Act-Down, you do remember whenever you looked around the city, the temple, the harbor, and the stadium were 3 of the places that you felt that strange power or energy from.
What kind of energy was it?
If you
Just like
remember,
a-
if you look at the map, whenever you were
Yeah.
looking around after the after you were able to look off into the different directions after the targets were done, you felt an energy around the harbor, the stadium, the school over there, the lake over here, the temple up at the top of the mountain, and I believe, yeah, the forest over here to the bottom right. Those are the places that all sort of pulled at you in those directions.
What about the school and the lakes in the southern forest? Are those safe to go to?
I don't know much of them. That wasn't anything that I had felt before, any sort of danger, but something could be hidden there. Perhaps dangerous, perhaps you're able to see things further than I. You are an archer, after all. You have much better eyes than I.
That's just the 3 places you mentioned were 3 of the places I saw that had a lot of energy in them, along with those other places I mentioned. So maybe to avoid those ones too for now, until we know what's going on there.
Perhaps. If they felt similar, then they may have similar dangers. At the same time, I do not know the dangers that I'm worried of.
You just
Keep
can
them in
sense
mind.
something is bad there.
Yes.
Mommy said something.
Yeah, temple has the ley line, which means it's under lock and key. Basically a death sentence if you ping as a threat. Actually, that's not true.
Oh.
The ley line from the temple was moved in a previous war. Not many people know that, but you can't get the energy needed there any longer. At least to manifest the Grail. Perhaps there is some power still there, but not nearly as much as it had before.
You can move ley lines.
Ley lines are powerful pieces of magic. Ones where the very nature itself is spewing forth. It was affected by something in a previous war. I don't know much of it, but from what the Grail has let me know, that place was a climactic place of sort. Never fully recovered.
That's impressive and mortifying, I suppose. We're really dealing with some stuff outside our pay grades, aren't we?
What, really? That's insane. Great to know, but crazy. That is something that is very interesting to know from your side as well, Michael. Because you know a certain family should have all of the thing over that, and they seem to still think it was a ley line at least. Or they were telling you it's a ley line.
When was this moved again?
I do not know specifics.
About 50 years ago.
Oh, there you go.
So that was
I don't know specific. Oh, there you go.
What was what that beaver said?
About 50 years ago.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, interesting.
So around half a century, it has no longer been one of the ley lines of Tosaka City. Again, I'm sure there's some power there, but not nearly as much as it was at its peak.
That's just so strange.
Stranger has happened in the last 3 wars.
Yeah, how often do these things happen, actually? This is the first one I've heard of.
The last 3 wars.
Between
So 3 times.
Between 30 to 70 years on average.
Shit. So a lifetime at least.
It was supposed to be once every around 60, but this city in particular has had varying times. You'd think a shift that severe would have been noticed at the time, so someone with clout made it unknown. That's useful.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on.
Someone with a lot of clout, seems. The longer I stay here, the more I realize how ignorant I am of this city situation. That is pissing me off. Oh, okay.
I think that at the moment, that is about all of the information any of us can share. Unless anybody else is hiding anything. That is, unfortunately, all that I believe we should talk about before my barrier is set up.
I am out of things to talk about. You know.
Then should we discuss betting arrangements?
Yeah, meanwhile, the more I sit here, the more hungry I get. We good to eat yet? Anyone watching the stove?
We haven't
I was imagining we were eating
I
this whole
imagine you've
time.
all, that's what I imagined as
we've all been
well.
eating.
We were talking about war plans over hot pot.
Yeah.
Poor Coco, he was promised hot pot and he's never gonna get it.
He wasn't promised shit. He invited himself.
He was
We
promised
told him
hot
to
pot.
bring something and he brought nothing because he isn't even here.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck him.
You know, it is very important to figure out bedding arrangements.
And he said no because he sucks at this.
Yes. Now,
Alright.
I mean, you pointed a bed out to me, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how we're supposed to arrange all this. Is there enough room? I mean, that one looks like it needs 2 people in it.
I have.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna quickly. 1.
2,
hold on,
3,
2.
4, 5.
And then.
That's the roof.
Okay.
I
I
think.
just want to make sure.
No, there's enough for a bedroom for each of us should we want it.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
I have
All
a special arrangement for the kitten.
At hearing 2 people, I just look at Nikolai.
Yeah, he needs it.
Oh, he fell asleep.
He is 2 people.
Used.
But yes,
Yeah.
you guys, if you would like, you can all claim a bed in this place. You would find that when it comes to Ruler currently, she does not wish to claim anything just yet. She would like to go and set up for her barrier, and she will let all of you know that there is unfortunately not much any of you can do to help her in this. She does let you all know that rest is important, and Stray, you do feel like you do need rest. Which
Okay.
again, you're a spirit, that's kind of weird, but you do feel like you do require rest.
Gotcha. Yeah, he'll take a room with a private bath.
Oh, the room? That doesn't narrow it down by much.
I love that.
Let's see. A room with a private
I
bath.
think every
You
one of
mean
them does.
all?
I think that's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
a lot of them.
I think it's all of them.
He would say that.
You also weren't a spirit 5 hours ago, so not having adjusted yet sounds personally reasonable.
But yes, you guys would go off to collect yourselves to get your different beds. At this point,
Have pushed
Ruler
these together.
push those two together for push those two beds together for the boy.
Here you guys go.
Sure.
But yeah,
Actually, no.
as you guys would be doing this, as everybody gets themselves ready to go about doing things, we will come back to this next week with what is potentially left of the night, if anything else needs to be said or happen, and the morning, as the barrier will get put up, at least hopefully, from Ruler, and you guys will have the ability to go and follow any of the current leads you all have.
Yeah.
At that point, with everybody turning themselves in,
There was one little thing as like Miru led Ami to this like the biggest room in the house, just like this is the biggest one.
It's
This-
also my room.
this room, big room, has a
Also,
balcony.
Ami did say something.
So what was that about, an arrangement with a kitten?
My room.
I'm trying to, I'm sorry I missed it. I was trying to get through the end. I can't continue to keep reading.
It's okay.
But we will come back to things next time as everybody goes to go and rest, as the city waits for daybreak for the, several thousandth day in a row. We will come back to this next week. Until next time, guys. Like always, later days.
Wait.
Yeah.